Hello, comrades, and welcome to episode number 232 for the weeks of May 11th, 2024. This is the Terminus podcast. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me I have Tyler L., Dean Massara, and Aiden Jensen. And filling in as our guest today, we have 2026 Productions. I just carried your credit over from last time. I didn't ask you this time. I figured you were going to keep the same.
We dig it.
Yeah, as long as I'm not dead usernaming you.
No, we stay winning.
Okay, sweet. I know that this is, we have a chaotic group of people. Oops, all weebs. I'm gonna have to ask everyone to be more chill, please.
Yeah!
And,
that's the podcast title.
With that out of the way, ooh, shoot, I need to check on something while we spool up here. But the train will terminate at this station.
To my understanding, it's from Japan. It's
We
a
are
prey
in
of
Shinjuku.
Oh, never mind.
We are at the busiest station in the world, Shinjuku.
We're in the
Damn,
greatest
that's
city.
crazy.
The
The greatest city of the world.
No.
Yes!
There we go.
Dresser.
There we go. We're getting this party started.
I'm just checking on something before we get going. Hold on. Ryan Reynolds is talking to me about mobile phones.
Mint Mobile.
Just scroll down. It's funny, the first episode of the podcast still has less than 800 views, and then there are episodes in the middle that have like 44,000. Yeah, so, as of recording this, I'll pull back the veil immediately. It's currently Monday, the 13th of May. In 5 days from today, will be the 10th anniversary of the first episode of the Terminus podcast. It was... Episode 1, Capitalist Pigs, was released on May 18th, 2014. And isn't that crazy?
Ellis, I just realized something else as well.
What's that?
This podcast today shares the 6-year anniversary of the first release of The Terrible Tale of CRR 311.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, God. Double dip anniversaries.
We're all celebrating today.
Today also celebrates the 2024th 5/13th since zero.
Cool, yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it also, yesterday was
why
Mother's
not?
Day, so I hope everyone did,
It was.
you know. Anyway, I really was hoping we could celebrate with fireworks, but sadly, the 3 wrecks in the past couple of weeks, none of them were particularly,
Fireworky.
yeah, can we say charming?
Pyrotechnics.
Yeah, no,
in the spirit of, yeah, why not?
BNSF had 2 incidents on back-to-back days, April 29th and April 30th. The second one was a suspected suicide, which is not fun at all. It's tough to know, but someone, yeah, well, that seems pretty obvious. I'm not going to read that out loud. All the links to these are in the cargoes, but yeah, that's pretty clear cut. Yikes. Okay. The other one was a train derailment in Portland, Oregon, where they string-lined on the Y leading to the bridge. It was the empty center beams again.
Every road has the bridge.
Yeah, and every PSR has the oops center beam string-line derailment.
Oops, all center beams.
Well, it's either a center beam string line or a center beam pile up.
Well, yeah, usually one leads to the other. In this case, I mean, it's just like another flagrant attack on bridges. There's been a lot of that lately. We can talk about some of that later. But the third and final incident was Canadian Pacific. Well, it says Canadian Pacific, but we know there is. Yeah, it's oops. They own Kansas City now. But they tipped over. It honestly just looks like EP. I know that the video is of cleanup, but like I said, this is you can see this in the Cargos document linked in the description. It's just a drone footage or helicopter footage of them getting some cars back on the track in a place called Scarborough, which there are many Scarboroughs, so I won't guess as to where that one is.
Is there some time involved?
Maybe.
I hope somebody got the
Yes, and parsley, sage, rosemary.
Yeah. All of them are there. I mean, I heard it's a kind of convention. And someone named Paul was there, and Garfunkel. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to say Garfield for some reason. There are 3 trains going on next to one another. Anyway,
In the greatest city in the world.
at least they're different colors.
There's 5 going in.
At least they're different colors because it makes things a little more interesting. It would be so boring because they all look exactly the same to me. And I would imagine
one is an E233, one's an E235, one's an E231.
Okay, so what you're saying is they are.
No, they're different.
Where's the steam?
They're slightly.
Send in the steam.
And in the clowns.
Bring out the dancing lobsters.
Please do.
I just noticed the idle group on the screen.
Yeah, they were showing an entire NBA game earlier.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, it can't be worse than what happened to TJ and I on the way to Maine. Because this past week, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, May the 4th, we had a tie and dine. Yeah, we had a tie and dine event, or because of the date, they called it TIE Fighters. TJ and I went up there the night before. We stayed overnight in the Percival house, which is their. Well, it's a house of sorts on property. It's where the archives are. And in the attic they have a bunch of effectively slightly fancier cots. They're very small beds for volunteers to sleep in. And we got there at about 11:30 at night on Friday night because the event started at 8 a.m. the following morning, and we weren't driving up at 4 o'clock. We've done that too many times. We left here at maybe 7. And the drive time means that you leave here at 7. You're not getting there any earlier than 10:30, assuming perfect traffic and no stops. We obviously had to stop because we left here before we ate dinner. So we get up into Maine, finally. You get off the interstate and onto the local highways, onto Route 1. East, you should go, touch Route 1, and I'll touch Route 1 at the same time, and it'll be really funny.
I'm pretty sure it'll start convulsing at that point.
Yeah, what do you say, Ryan?
Hand holding.
I'm pretty sure it'll start convulsing at that point. You know how you electrify a pair of limbs and they start just flailing around?
I've done that with Route 6 and Achilles.
If US 1 starts flailing around, I think we have other issues.
Well, if US Route 1 starts flailing around down in Florida, I'm not sure you'll be able to tell the difference.
Yeah,
the roads are radioactive down here.
Yes. Thank you, Fallout TV show. Our sponsors, just kidding. Anyway,
want to be Amazon.
If only.
Yeah, thank you. Jeffrey Bezos, do you like trains? Please buy our unique steam locomotive trading cards at theironhorseman.com. I'll talk about those a little bit more later in the show when I discuss what Tyler and I were doing for an hour and a half before this podcast. I'm going to... There's a reason they call it the Mad River. Anyway, we stopped at an Applebee's because everything was closed. After 9:30, there was no place to stop off the side of the highway that wasn't either fast food or this Applebee's because they're all open till midnight at least. We went in there. We sit at the bar because despite the place being empty, they're short staffed and they just had a group of 25 people come in. So most of the restaurant is not available for seating, and we sit at the bar and we're talking with the bartender and the manager who's behind the bar as well. And one of the people asks to change the channel on one of the televisions, and they just have a basket full of remotes, and they're not labeled. And so the bartender takes the remotes out and just starts trying them to try to get a particular TV to change the channel. Now, what no one notices until a few minutes later is it changes the channels on one of the other televisions instead.
Oh dear!
It changes it to a porn channel.
Oh no!
And
why would they have that?
Well, it's just a cable box, right? So it just flips to whatever the hell. I don't know what the channel. Like, I know Skinamax is the name, but I always thought that was a play on words. I don't know if that's an actual channel.
But don't you need to pay for that?
Yes, exactly, and that's what saved them, because it came up on the screen, just black screen with white text. It's like, young girls for older men 5 or whatever, and it's like, sorry, your payment of $11.99 for this pay-per-view program did not go through. Please call this phone number or check your payment details. And it must have been up there for 15 minutes before I noticed, and I elbowed TJ, and I pointed out because it was on multiple TVs because they're all connected together. And then everyone, the people at the bar started all noticing, and the people at the table started all noticing, and the manager comes back out in a frenzy and tries to find the right remote to switch it off.
Imagine having to call the cable guy, be like, "Hi, I have an issue. My subscription's not working. Which channel are you trying to access?"
Yeah, that's when you hope you get the automated,
Yeah. This car can be monitored for. It's like, no, please, no.
Training purposes.
But anyway, the point of this was we went to Maine and we pulled up ties that morning. We went out there on the work train with little diesel number 52 and a flat car covered in gravel and the open air coach that Edaville built that always sounds like it's going to fall apart. And the tamper, which not the new tamper from Australia, the old homemade tamper, which is, I think, the loudest vehicle on the planet. It is like teeth-shakingly loud with ear protection on. I had to walk by it to grab a shovel, and my ears were ringing all the way back to where we were spiking. And there were a good bunch of us. A lot of folks, between the ages of 14 and 30, which is nice, because that means every single person there has seen Mark's content and makes the same jokes. It's like we have a language. We have the language of heist memes. And we got to talk about the bridge episodes of 3/4 of an Idiot. We got to talk about what to do next, and we got to change out, I think in total it was 11 or 12 ties. One of them was over by the depot, and it was 30 years old, and it was basically splinters. It was, you could not hammer it, you could not move it without it just collapsing in on itself. It was barely a piece of wood anymore.
It was a modern art interpretation piece of
it looked like it had exploded. It was really bad. But then, we did all that, which, boy, that's, doing ties is a lot of fun, and by fun I mean, oh my god. Somehow my whole body didn't hurt. But then they fired up 9 and they took us down to Alna Center, and the door wasn't as shiny as I expected it to be, but they did bring us pizza. So
all's well that ends well.
All's well that ends well, and we talked about the incoming ballast hoppers that the WWF bought from South Africa, from the Sandstone Estates, which is where the NG-15, NG-17 lives. And also we checked out on 11. So I have links to both of these, Build 11 and the shipping trains in from Africa, which are actually going via Singapore. So they're going the long way round because shipping was cheaper that way.
Okay, so interesting you mentioned that, because when they were shipping over the SYs and all the other Chinese steam, they routed it through the Suez Canal.
Oh no! Yes.
Yeah. And I think we all know that the SY at the bottom of the ocean. I didn't mean to hijack that, but I thought I'd mention that, seeing how it is an Ellis Loebner crossover where shipping our favorite trains from faraway places has some kind of continuity. But anyways, I digress.
I went on the Facebook post where they talked about the transit for those ballast hoppers, and I said, wow, it's a shame they didn't go through the Suez Canal, because something really, really funny could have happened. And I left it at that, and then the WWF, whoever runs the account, favorited my comment. So, yeah, we get to see some beautiful big old pieces of metal like this one. Although Tyler just posted this, I don't know if this is 11 or if this is something else.
This is 11's lead truck.
Oh, okay.
Bolster, I believe. which is a very painful casting.
Yeah,
But-
it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. There's a lot of metal going into that thing, and it's 11, of course, is in a million pieces. 10 is in a million pieces and has no boiler and firebox. And 9 was sitting behind them both and was super shiny. And it was really pretty. Like, they had polished the hell out of the number plate and everything. But what have you been doing, Tyler? It's been a while since you've been on. And now you're posting pictures of castings from Maine, so you should come to Maine.
Yeah, I have just been fighting God, aka my professors.
Like, physically in the parking lot?
No. Mentally. And
okay.
for emails.
You're doing great, Tyler. We have faith in you.
Yeah, I would have more faith in myself if my professor could actually grade stuff the first time around, right? But
Didn't you have to, like, request them to grade one of the problems that they didn't grade that you did?
yeah, my fluids exam, there was like there was 5 problems, you pick 3 for them to grade. And they were supposed to grade those 3 problems, and then they only grade 2 of the 3, and I'm like, wait a minute, guys, you're
Well, that's
robbing
great. You
me
only
of
had to do 2
another
problems.
grade. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, no, because they just, they scored me out of 3 problems, but they only graded 2 of them. I'm like, what, guys?
So you're saying that you haven't been working on the 7 quintillionth iteration of Cookie?
Yeah, I have not.
Yeah.
I've legitimately not touched Cookie in like almost 6 months, I think. Which
Cookie,
annoys
but
me.
it's Japanese.
I haven't touched that. I haven't touched the K-28. I haven't touched there's a lot of things.
Well,
The only thing I have touched of it, which is the C-57, and that's just because even though I hate castings, they're actually a decent way for me to decompress for a day. It's like it works. I don't know my internal logic, but I feel like satisfied when I complete one of these things. And then I look and I'm like, hey, there's 15 more of these in the sub-assembly. Okay, next month.
it's like making the marble machine.
Yes.
But you did make it through your year of engineering, right?
Yes,
You're eventually
I'm
in
through. I passed all the classes. My GPA went up. We're good.
Congratulations, it's now a 6.
Yeah.
Yay.
And
I get to be an upperclassman again. Kill me now.
You're doing great. Again, Tyler, I said it before, you're doing gold star. You're doing okay.
the craziest part is Tyler's going to like do all this engineering school stuff, and then he's going to end up living off of making 3D models instead.
Yeah.
It's subsisting
We'll see.
off of that, yeah. You're going to end up working for FMW, making steam locomotives.
Okay, honestly, that wouldn't be a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
FMW, if you're listening, internship next summer.
It's really weird that Steamtown is getting an E10, a Japanese E10, but, you know, it's...
Yes.
Yeah. How'd that happen? I don't know.
Anyway,
How'd that get in there?
Yeah.
So, I will open the field then. I know I sagged to Tyler, who was the person with the least stuff, although Dean just wrote downtown. And I'm almost afraid of what that means. Because if
really...
Tyler's fighting professors, who is Dean fighting? Dean, who are you fighting?
I fought a car show, I think last month, ? Here's the picture again. But I saw some trailers. That was the one that I got a picture of.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry for like dumping mid-dean.
Mid-dean.
Jesus. But yeah, I saw some trailers. I wanted to ride the trolley to a mobile, but like the next trolley wasn't for another half hour, and it was faster to walk, so I just walked from the station to a mobile.
I sometimes do that when I miss the bus. It's like I could wait here for 30 minutes, or I could walk for 30 minutes and be home.
Yeah, and then one other trolley passed me, going the other way.
Oh,
because where I am parked was a dead end, so it almost stops there and switches ends and goes the other way up Main Street, and it's just, well, I can wait here and just hoof it. Because like I've made the all up before, and it's not too bad. And I didn't know this, but there's also a Corvette show there, and it embodied the RCR stereotype of rare. Like I think a solid 30% of those cars were like car one of 70 with this. It's like, oh my god, chill.
I'm gonna
Who's the
take
dumbest?
take a Corvette and roll it on the highway at 120 miles an hour, and then I'm gonna bring it and say, "This is the only Corvette that I've rolled. It's one of one Corvettes that I've crashed on the highway at 120 miles an hour."
Yeah, I think I have some pictures of the car show. Let me take a look.
This is one of one Corvettes that I spray painted a bunch of dicks on.
Oh,
It's the only one, guys. It's rare.
Yeah, it's one of
there was
one of
a
one.
Humvee that someone had.
One of one Blue Mountain Southern Corvette.
Yeah.
Recently,
hell yeah.
Recently, I was talking to Flying Yankee Productions, or the Flying Yankee, I believe, and he recently unboxed his cards. He got one of the Illinois Central Mountain types, which is the rare, like the unusually rare Class 1 card, because there were only 19 available in packs instead of 20. That's just a random thing. Buy trading cards, theironhorseman.com. Links in the description.
Yeah, that's kind of all what I saw. Like, someone owns a freaking Humvee. It was just parked on the side of the road, like, hell yeah, brother.
I want to find a less efficient method of a Humvee. Like I want to.
Well, I saw that same Humvee a week later.
I want a wood gas Humvee.
Oh god, that'd be so cool.
It'd be
Oh no.
wood gas tank, wood powered tank. It's Factorio.
Oh god.
Anyway, so that's our party. I know East. You rode zeros, which I assume mean you've been playing a lot of Hearts of Iron.
No. So starting out with the zeros is I went to Sun and Fun, the air show in one of the larger air shows in Florida. This was like a month ago, I think. And there was a very awesome but also like emotional like Pearl Harbor reenactment they had. And I have a picture here of Oops, and I'm breaking the page.
That's
I have
crazy,
a photo
man.
here of some of the zeros lined up. And if anyone wants to take a zoom in to the rightmost zero on the tail.
Uh-oh. No! Is that one of the ones? Tell me they shot that one down.
Also, these are not actually zeros.
Yeah,
I don't care.
No, they're like Texans, I think.
No, they're
Or
zeros.
something.
That makes me want to shoot it down more.
No, there are
No,
two
they're not,
zeros.
Because zeros have a 3 plops. These are 2.
No, early zeros were 2s.
Were they?
Yeah. All
Well,
of them were
so-
zeros except for they had 2 BYA2s, I think, or BYN2s.
I think I see one of the BYs. Yeah, here's a 3 plot. Blade. I can't
So
speak.
what is the tail number? AI 113.
Yes.
Yeah.
The AI was from I think it stood for Akagi. Because the Akagi Strike Force was the. Because these are actually from actual zeros. Because I remember they were talking about like this is how we found all of the zeros, and like all of them were just kind of abandoned on an island, just in a forest. Well,
So it's
like
an
more in a
A6M3.
swamp, but
6M3. Oh, I have some other photos of it. I have another angle of 113. You know what? Hold on. I need to do what I need to do with this.
Yeah, because like I don't know why, but like those pictures just like make it seem like those aren't zeros, and I don't know why.
no, that,
It's because they're
fuselage
they're
feels-
not actively on fire.
yeah.
Good
They
point.
should bring them to Boston. They fit right in.
Oh my god.
Anyway, well, that's pretty cool. Did you do anything else?
I've done a lot of other stuff.
Okay.
I also ordered a C56.
Okay.
So I can build Sieves even more. And I also ordered the legendary boy, the 1000 class EMUs.
Yeah.
We don't have a legendary card of that yet.
Not yet. It's soon.
Oh, it's
soon.
an EMU. Oh, never mind. Damn.
Yeah. Helper card.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. I don't.
We have all of the information we need for it.
The issue is with EMUs is that I start to like hear noises in the trees, and you know,
Are they
Creedence
speaking
Clearwater
Milky Ways?
Revival. They're speaking Australian actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, not sure. I mean, Australia and Vietnam might be one and the same. Who knows?
Yeah, the emus are speaking you.
Yeah.
Then I heard there was a relatively rare event going on the FEC where there was a single Jeep leading an intermodal train.
What?
Beats me.
Long hood forward.
On fast intermodal, bro passed me doing like 60. Then the next photo is just a little roster lineup of my engaged steamers so far. And how incredibly tiny the C56 is. I knew it was going to be small, but man, it's small.
Squish.
It is a microscopic machine.
It's great.
What is this? I just noticed the Taki not face reveal.
Yeah, Taki Day.
Taki
No,
Day 2.
No,
Yeah,
no,
then
no, no.
saw some
That's
FEC
what Taki
viewers.
is. Just like
Taki is like Grimace, except red.
The Grimace Taki. So Taki Day 2 happened. Taki's
Yay.
parents went to a Panthers game where we absolutely obliterated the Bruins because fuck Boston.
No.
Yes.
No, you.
And so this is Taki on my computer playing the F-14.
danger zoning all the way.
Yeah. He really enjoyed the F-14. He says it's a lot better than the Phantom, so...
So, Aiden, now that you've met Taki twice, can you confirm that he is just a big red blob?
Yes, I can confirm he is just the Red Power Ranger.
Okay, fantastic.
Power Ranger.
I think the red Power Ranger has like a head, and this blob does not. So I don't.
But this blob has hands.
Cannot confirm. Well,
This
yeah,
blob has opposable digits, so it's like evolved past
yeah, but so does
that.
Grimace.
Does he?
So is
I don't actually
Taki
know if he
red
does. I think he
Grimace?
has like mittens.
Yeah. I need to... No, he has fingers. I don't know if he has opposable digits, though.
Well, if he
An
tries
eye of
really hard.
Grimace.
There you go. Peak Grimace image there.
Alright, anyway. I think I'm going to die now.
Okay, I might make that my profile picture. On God.
God, I found a VTuber reacting to this image.
I'll make a train core out of that. How's
Can I
that sound?
redshift the whole thing? I'm not good enough at Photoshop to like change the purple to red. Anyway.
Dean, why are you pulling it out?
Don't worry about it.
He's muted. Damn, never mind.
It's it's a good hand towel. You can get anything on a hand towel.
I mean, fair.
But you bought models, and
do you
so
want
so did Ryan.
Ellis, you're very good at these segues. I have to hand it to you. You're very showman. Your showmanship is showing through, and I appreciate that. And
For whatever reason, I have energy. Like, it's amazing that we're doing this today, because yesterday I think you would have had a zombie in this chair. Not only do I think we wouldn't have had enough people to do it anyway, but today is a special day for no real reason. Like, there were 6 people that were ready to go and do this podcast. There were a bunch of people that responded to the call in Terminus News, which the last 2 times people have gotten it by default. And I talked to one of the guys at the WWF who's in this server, Schooners, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know how to get on the podcast." And it's just, well, just like say a number, like put a number in Terminus News when you see the ping. And he's like, "No, that's too much work."
Well,
okay.
that's on him. He's missing out on some rip-roaring, family-friendly entertainment.
This is the same person for whom I had to type out. I had to type out his fan rank poll on his phone.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I love the new set of fan rank polls that are coming out saying how awesome I are. I am.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
You is.
Yeah, you is great. East is great. Great person.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. How many SYs do you have now?
The count's up to 4. I'm going to harass Kevon to sell me his so I can get it up to 5.
Kavan, you should sell him your SY. Kavan.
I'm not going to give up until I get Kevon's SY. That being said, I bought one off of a gentleman by the name of Michael Ramsey. It was a fantastic trade deal, potentially the best one in the history of trade deals, maybe even ever. What else? So, today I had my first full day back in Maryland. And so, as is tradition, I decided to scope out the local hobby shop, which is about 5 minutes away from the household. And it was very fun, because they got the Western Maryland dome cars. The ones that Bachman did. And these are the same dome cars that I rode, the same dome car that they did Ocean View in the Western Maryland paint, the same car that I rode behind while I was at I can speak today.
You went into the dome.
Yes, I rode in Ocean View out the Western Maryland while it was painted in Western Maryland. So I saw that they had it, and although it was a little more expensive than I liked it to be, I think we all have the same principle. If we go into a hobby shop, you can't leave empty-handed. It's just the law.
I don't follow that law, but
me every time I walk into the PN, leaving with another club car.
I mean that's okay. Everyone should do that. Especially because I spent hours of my time recounting all of the club cars because we had lost track of what we had in inventory.
Oops.
Really?
Yeah. The website is a disaster. If anyone wants to become a club member and manage the website, or specifically eBay sales, that'd be great. Come do that. Come move to Rhode Island. It's close to Maine.
So I've heard. And last but certainly not least, y'all might remember that I used to have my own train site, a little number called Track 29. Track 29, due to the trains community, unfortunately bit the dust. However, I joined another website called the Monterey Train Shops, and so I released an ELO observation car as well as my synthwave display route. So that's all from me.
Ryan, you should have the dome inside of the dome playing Loco Dome.
We need to play Loco Dome in a dome, yeah.
Loco Dome in a dome with the dome.
Well, wait, hold on.
Playing Loco Dome in a dome with the dome while getting dome.
Well, getting what?
Don't worry about it. You'll find out when you're older. Anyway. I was just distracted by something and I don't know what it was. We need to do more, Tyler.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get the picket signs.
Oh no.
As soon as we can. Well, here's the thing. There's been so little hype for trading card related shenanigans because we haven't been running any. We haven't run any games in like 6 months, and I feel bad about that. But I have been wanting to commit acts of bleep 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 against a railroad in Northern California, which no longer exists. But
well, okay. Now you know how it feels to be me.
Now you know how it chews to feel.
Well, yeah, no, I know how it feels to be you. That's why I need you, because feeling like this by myself is useless. I just feel angry, and I have no solutions. You've seen what my solutions look like. It's not pretty. You actually have, like, understanding and data and connections.
Some people assume, the facts and figures all in the same afternoon. Some people assume that I have a brain.
My connections
Be a broom.
My connections are asking the 3/4 of an idiot if they've ever met this random train person and them saying no. So
Me sending Tyler a new Japanese website like every other week.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Anyway, is that are we done with this section? We're only 3 minutes over time of the late start podcast.
But I think we're okay. I don't know.
I think this is a perfectly on-time podcast. There's a VTuber on the advertisement in the background.
What?
There's several VTubers.
Oh, I didn't, I'm not live for some reason. Oh, there we go.
Who is it? Hololive?
Yeah, it looks like HoloLive. I mean, I don't follow VTubers, so.
I'm just not familiar with some Japanese VTubers.
All right, everyone, get ready for a little locomotive. Versus. We're doing versus. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing locomotive versus.
Hold on.
Yeah, my sign is saying no
everyone,
more.
who has the meme? does anyone have the meme on hand with the 9F and the USRA 060?
I think
Tyler, don't make me get the corresponding image. Actually, wait, I have a different one. Hold on, I need to go find something. But yeah, somebody please find the 9F meme, because our locomotive versus this week is the
I got it.
the British 9F, which is what, British Railways, BR?
Yeah.
Yeah. British Railways 9F versus a USRA 060.
Oh wait, that's the wrong meme.
Except that is the wrong meme.
this is perfect, actually.
We're not doing that.
Can we? No, can we?
I mean, are they similar? No, I feel like the 9F does not stand a chance.
Okay, hold on. If you squint really hard, D51 looks an awful lot like 060 from Ohio.
The Ohio 060.
Yeah, I mean, if I squint so hard, my eyes are closed. Oops, let me put that away.
Ellis, you just have to be charming.
Sorry, no can do.
Looks like I'm. This is a crime.
Hold on.
Hold
on, I got it. I don't remember when this was made or exactly why.
What is it like the?
Or, I think I was the one who made that.
I took the photo.
You took the photo?
Yeah.
Is that our lovely?
That is the tallest man in Colorado.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Tyler took the photo and I'm the one who photoshopped that.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
it's homegrown.
There it is.
Yeah, only organically grown memes are sourced in the Iron Horseman server. None of that GMO stuff.
Yeah, but we can IF with some MSG. Like MSG, the flavor enhancer.
It's the meme that started it all.
Yes, the British Railways 9F versus a USRA 060 switcher. Very similar, but because this is an American it's an American podcast, we had to make sure that we doubled down. Also, we didn't have a full stat sheet for the 060, and we weren't figuring that out on short notice. I'm sure it's something we could do, but not happening right now.
I need to quickly check something on the 9Fs. I don't know who's... Okay, so there is a 9F 113. I need to find a photo of this.
Oh, God damn it.
You know, it's probably like 92113.
If we can get 92113 as the representative of the 9F on this one. But yeah, we went a little bit farther. We decided to grab the Commonwealth Edison 060, which is a beefcake of an 060 that lives at the IRM. And it has run at the IRM before, in fact.
Here we go.
I'm sure our good friend Fruit plays chess with Commonwealth and Edison number whatever it is on the weekends. I'm sure.
Don't mind the
pineapple in Illinois.
Okay, well we have our so who's representing what, by the way?
Can I represent the Brits? I think it'd be funny.
You are the only person who would volunteer. Go right ahead.
Oh hell yeah! You know here's the thing, y'all. I'm not a masochist. I just like underdog stories.
Okay.
The only difference is whether they win, and I'm sorry to break it to you, but anyway, why is that? Where did this come from?
I hate the British.
Why is this? Why is it a give of the Providence and Worcester?
Because
perfect. It's perfect.
I'm gonna put that in my favorites, even though I think my GIF favorites are broken because I tried to add the one. East, you know the GIF you posted in the community server of like the anime girls and then Chris Hansen and then you go to jail and then
yeah.
Yeah. I tried to favorite that and it didn't save. I was looking for it in my favorites.
Damn. I got it. Hold up, let me
I mean, you don't need to go find it right now. Okay, so who's representing the Americans?
I can do it.
Okay. Well, Ryan, nice knowing you.
What? Hey!
I mean,
Ellis, you have to understand something. I am 100%. I'm 100% confident in my ability about 62% of the time.
Okay, well,
I am not confident in my ability to beat the 9F in this thing.
Here's the thing.
I mean, Ellis, do you want me to do it?
No, Well, first of all, no. But second of all, Brian, you need to understand that I had to change the rules of the game several times because East is too good at it. That and like every other game that I've come up with, including OpenTTD mods. Anyway, wait, why
Can
is
someone
this...
give me the stat page for 5?
Yeah, I got it for you.
It's linked.
Oh.
Also, check your DMs.
I was kind enough to do the paperwork before we got here.
Thank you, Ellis.
You're welcome.
So 5 is 4, right?
In the words, yes.
Yes.
In the words of Ronnie
Okay.
Dangerfield, I ain't got, don't get no respect at all. Ain't got. Okay. Listen. I think Ryan should go first.
No, I think I should go
No,
first.
I don't think you should go
You know-
first.
You know what? East can go first. Let East go first.
Oh, you're all right.
Trust me, I can do this.
Are you sure you're not a masochist?
Don't question what I do in the bedroom.
Okay, I have my answer. Okay, East. What's your stat call? Let me get the timer. Jesus Christ.
You know, the worst part is, I think that this can go one of two ways, and I'm not sure which it's gonna go.
Yeah, no, it can go one of two ways. Either you win or you win in a landslide.
No, it's gonna be I win or I lose in a landslide. Factor of adhesion.
Ain't no way.
Oh, this should be fun. 4.21.
Oh, you can't be scared for a second. Just 4.
Yeah, okay. Remember when I said that this was a good 060? Remember when I was looking at the stat sheet and going, oh, wow. Yeah, that's why. Okay, East.
Builder.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Crew Works. Where Henry got rebuilt. You know, we're going to Crew, a fine place for sick locomotives.
The place that doesn't have tender stats for a certain Colombian.
Which is?
Burnham, Perry, and Williams, which, you know
Baldwin.
what, yeah, Baldwin.
Oh, I just want to say that
Baldwin.
when I was making the card for Porterfield and Ellis number 4, because it's officially listed as the builders being, what is the full, Burnham, Perry, Williams, and Company?
Yeah.
I had to have that text come out of the cell that it's in, because it was too long. I had no way of writing the full name and fitting it where it belongs on the card. Anyway, alright, so yeah, that's the second point. This is the Baldwin point. Also, Crew Works is just the Vancouver ward in Britain, I guess. East?
Loading gauge. I'm
Nope.
kidding.
You would lose!
No.
Oh, wait, we're doing loading gauge?
No, we're not doing loading
No,
gauge
no,
number
no,
1, but
no,
number
no.
2, having a smaller loading gauge is definitely objectively better.
Yes.
Sam. Kavan has small PP.
What?
Don't worry about it. Tubes.
Tubes. I got 138.
At or by.
2 by 51. 2 inches by 51.
That's 2 inches. 374 by 2 inches.
What?
Alright.
Okay, so I
Tyler, you know what that means, though, right?
Yeah, I know. This is gonna be stupid.
okay, hold on. I can
No,
still
no,
pull this around.
sorry. That number after the slash is the diameter in millimeters, Ryan. You just
Yeah.
need the number before.
Oh, sorry. Whoopsie.
So it's the number by 2. So you had what, like 170? So it'd be 170 by 2.
No, yeah. For
Either way,
tubes 138 by 2.
Yeah, 374 by 2.
yeah. Either way, East wins. We don't need to split hairs here. This is already going about how I imagined it would. East, what is your fourth stat call?
So wait, question. So
Your
just I'm working
wonderful
on the tubes
question.
thing. So question. So it's the number of tubes and then just like the inches, right?
Yeah, we only need the diameter in
Yeah.
inches. We're
Okay.
this is
Okay, good.
an American show. We use freedom units.
Yeah, please give me your driver wheelbase in metric.
No.
Oh, I found something wrong with the stat page. Oh, this is funny.
Oh no.
Oh,
I have 21.67.
I don't think this is a 21.67, 11.50. I would like to direct your attention to Terminus podcast.
Okay, all right. It's 4-0. East wins that one.
That is driver wheelbase 0.1 for an 060. For those of you who can check, it's
Wait, what?
number 1 on the same page.
Oh, that's ratio
Battle thing.
driver. That's concerning. I feel like maybe there was a decimal point misplaced there. Listen. I know we've found locomotives in the past. Like, okay, so by the way, on every single entry, if you click on the little speech bubble next to Locobase ID, you can submit a comment about that class. So instead of me compiling everything in a dossier, when you find weird stuff like this, you can just send a message straight to Steve and Wes and go, I think you misplaced a decimal point. But
Just send the thinking emoji.
let me just I am gonna mark this down because I have a
Also,
dossier
overall
open.
wheelbase. Oh, never mind. That makes sense in my case. I forgot this was a Nintendo engine. Oh, tank engine.
Jesus Christ, are you okay? Dying out there. Oh, you know what? I don't have a dossier open. Oops. Oh well. Never mind.
Alright.
Whatever. That'll have to be figured out at another time.
Engine wheelbase.
Engine wheelbase 30.17.
11.5. Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase.
0.72.
1. Ellis Melio's weight computation.
God.
1.
For the record, the weight computation is weight on drivers divided by engine weight. It's not. It's not on the page. You have to do math.
Wait on. Blah, blah, blah. Oh fuck! This is what I get for. Shit. Hold on. All right. So what is it? Weight on drivers? You said.
Weight on drivers divided by engine weight. I know it's going to be like 0.9 at best, and East's is 1. So.
All right. Hold on. Weight on drivers. Let me.
You should get a number smaller than 1. If you did get a number larger than 1, you did it backwards.
Okay. What is it? You said weight on drivers divided by
Engine weight.
engine weight. Okay. Charming. Oh no, this is not looking good. That's okay.
That was less than 1.
I can pull it out. I got 0.89.
That's actually pretty close to Ellis's guess.
Yeah, I mean it's a big old decapod. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty. You expect that.
Yeah.
But anyway, East.
I'm overall wheelbase, which is absolutely massive. I need to look at an image of this thing again because I don't know if this number is correct.
I think
55.92.
55.92.
43.44.
Yeah, it's still smaller, but yeah, I mean there's a lot of 060 here.
Yeah, that's also like 3 times the drive. Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. You can fit 3 other sets of drivers. Well, honestly, if you want, we can pull this into SolidWorks and angle it. And, never mind.
No, we're not redoing this again. Shush.
I don't know, Tyler. Maybe we've learned something from last time.
Get out of my
Spoiler
head.
alert: we haven't.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
It would have been easier to have just gone into Gmod, cooked up a quick wheelbase, and just angled it appropriately. That might have
Dean,
helped.
if you want to do it, be my guest. Figure out how long AMR number 6 is.
Weight on drivers.
Oh no. 173,600.
Okay. 154,000.
Wait, what? Oh no! Oh no!
What?
That's alarming.
Yeah.
Keep going, East.
Oh god.
Engine weight.
194,208.
154,000 flat.
Okay, it's 10-0 East.
Repeat that number for me, Ryan.
Engine weight 194,208.
Okay.
Going.
Total engine and tender weight.
311,808.
Okay, tender loaded weight.
No, what is your number?
Oh, 254,000.
Oh. Oh, wait. Did you lose that?
No, Ryan had 300.
Oh, 300. Okay, I misheard.
I
Terrible
think.
Tales of Crunchfield 311.
East.
Hell
or,
yeah.
not East.
Yeah,
Ryan,
East.
that was your number? It was 300 and change?
311. Yeah,
Okay.
311,800.
Okay, I heard 211, and I went, uh-oh. That's weird. Okay, it's
Yeah,
11
no, my
to
tender
0.
weighs
East.
200,000. Tender loaded weight.
170,600.
What?
117,600.
100. Oh, I have 400,000. I was like, oh, okay.
I
Something
don't
doesn't
think
add
that's
up.
mathematically possible, but yeah.
Yeah, 100,000. Also, I may have found another issue with the local page for number 1.
Well, good thing we aren't making that into a trading card.
Yeah. I need to look at some pictures of these things. Not necessarily side by side, because okay, number of wheels per tender. I'm kidding.
Why?
I
Gotta
don't
pick
think I
something.
win
You're
that.
up 12 points.
Yeah. However, I think I'm running out of things to call here.
I'm... We'll see. Gotta pick something. Go make me turn the timer over.
Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
197.92.
Oh my god. 193.71.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, 1, Ryan gets a point. So, set off the party crackers. 2, that's very close and also not very good for either of you.
Like, mine wasn't great, but I figured his would be a lot worse.
I guess not. Okay, who is... Is that
I'm
still
I'm
Dean?
slightly dying.
What?
No.
No, it's
I'm
Tyler?
dying.
Oh, God. Okay, the desert airs finally got to him. Well, Ryan, it's 1 to 12. Your comeback starts now.
Fuck me. Okay.
We're winning how hard.
I'll let you know. Numbering class.
Vita, I'm kidding. 3.
221.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Wait.
another point. 2 to 12.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Whoa. Year built.
1913.
1954.
Okay. I just wanna take a look at where the score is right now, and then let that difference in age soak in a little bit.
What? Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So it's 3 to 12. Ryan, carry on.
Valve gear.
Valve Gear.
Stevenson.
Stevenson versus.
Walkerts.
Hey,
Yeah.
another point. 4 to 12.
Okay, come on, Loper, come on. Tender fuel capacity.
Oh.
Tender fuel capacity. 8.
What? Wait, run that back?
8.
Mine's 7.80. The fuck?
Oh, God.
This thing's a piece of shit. I am sorry. The British is this is a.
I'm going to assume one of two things is occurring here. Either the tender stats aren't this tender.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I saw a number and I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
But, or more likely perhaps, that tender is mostly coal, and it has those giant cheater boards sticking out the top.
It
Which,
does have cheater boards.
Like, that's a lot of extra volume. I mean, also, 8 tons of coal is not a lot of coal. What are the British doing?
Yeah. Not the spices.
Because
That's why I joke, like, yeah, I have more tender wheels.
okay, well, you've got you've got 13 points against 4.
Ah.
Got to get 3 more points.
That's true.
Hmm.
And this has been the slow. We've just been like memeing the whole time. This is the slowest game of Locomotive Versus ever, not because of the participants.
Okay, so if he has a higher than that, so that means this number is smaller and that number is larger, which is not ideal for me.
I think there's something.
He's just got the
big you're
algebra
forgetting.
flowing.
I must be missing it because did I like miss a weight stat or something on accident?
No. It's. Think about some of your earlier calls, my friend.
Well, you're almost out of time. Gotta pick something. Stat call.
Okay, high pressure cylinders.
Hyper cylinders.
Ooh, okay.
High pressure cylinders. Where the fuck is that? 20 by 28.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh no.
22 by 26.
Okay, hold on.
You gotta do some math
let me-
for us.
20 by 28, and 2 of them. 22 by 26, and 2 of them. The winner goes to the 22 by 26 cylinders
Yes.
by about 1,000 cubic inches.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's cubic inches. Unless I didn't do
This
the... Yeah, no,
This
that-
thing's a
that should be
piece of
cubic
shit.
inches.
This thing's a piece of shit.
Oh, it sure is. I think I'm just glad to know that the meme is at least somewhat accurate.
I mean, I could always do the funny call, but I know I'm not winning because I looked at the meme.
That's true. That's not helpful. It's 14 to 4 though, so you need 2 more stats before you can go to style points, which,
Boiler pressure.
Boiler pressure. 260.
Yeah, I don't know why.
what is it? Ethan?
Yeah.
Oh, 180.
180. Okay. Yeah, 1913. You said. All right, 5 to 14. Ryan, ball's in your court.
Okay. Loco base ID.
Oh.
Oh.
15,042.
2,129.
Well, that's pretty good. 6 points to 14. There are now 20 points in the board, which means there is sufficient space to go to style points.
There's a crow staring directly at us on the stream.
What?
Oh,
Where?
he's gone.
Oh.
He just left.
Oh,
As the
okay,
crow
I
flies.
just saw him. Okay. Damn, crows are empathetic. Anyway. What is it? Ryan, it's your turn, right? You won the last one, didn't you?
Yeah. Minimum weight of rail.
Oof.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
86.
58.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Okay, it's 7 to 14.
I can make this.
The one thing that holds the Docksider back is its minimum rate of rail being like 90 something pounds.
Oh yeah, it's a real chunky son of a gun. I still put it in my lineup, but
because all of its other stats are really good. It's just like that, and axle loading is like 60,000.
it's also one of the
Superheating-
smallest locomotives you can get, and it's a standard card, so it's easy.
Yeah,
Superheating surface.
Uh-oh.
I don't have a superheater.
Oh,
So
fun!
that's a 0.
535 for me.
Oh, better than 0. All right. That's 8 points to 14. Ryan.
Something that also surprises me. Sorry, but something
Evaporate-
that
Oh, continue, Dean.
What?
What?
But- I just want to say that something that surprised me. isn't the fact that East doesn't have a superhero, but Ryan does.
I was built
That's
in
surprising.
1913.
Yeah.
Oh, fair
It
enough.
doesn't
It's-
surprise me that Ryan has a superheater at all.
Yeah. Also, Ryan was built in like the 50s. I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Um,
standard.
it's,
all right,
you know,
evaporative heating surface.
evaporative heating surface.
2,216.
Oh, what the fuck? 2015.
2015. That was almost 10 years ago.
Alrighty, 15
East gets
to
it
8.
15 points to 8. East is now balls in your court.
I'm gonna take these balls and I'm gonna throw them to style points.
Okay, style
Okay.
points. We have to get through.
First choice.
Judge's choice first. So let me think about what's in here. I mean, Tyler or Dean, if you have something, you can go ahead and say it. I guess not.
Trying to think.
I need to look at not this stat page. I need to go to my default, which is where's LocoBee's ID number 1, so that I can look at the list of stats. You'd think I'd have them memorized after all these years, but I don't.
Actually, I have a really interesting one.
Go on.
I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Firebox area.
Oh.
Because the 9F it's got a shorter firebox, but it's wider, whereas East is just
The opposite.
it's a wagon top. It's funny. Hold on. wagon top.
My firebox area is 179.
Okay.
192.
Okay. East gets that one.
Britain,
16
I don't
points.
like you.
I'm gonna ask for power L1.
I was thinking about that because mine seems high compared to everything else on this page, but I don't know if that's good because it could be high, but everything else be trash.
19,728.
The fact that you begin with the 19 is not a good sign for me, considering I have 4,160.
Oh God, that's so bad. I didn't expect it to be nearly that bad. Okay.
We need to bump the boiler pressure on this thing, and it'll be great.
Ryan, I have good news for you. Let the letter of the law here that Kavan said, if I watch all of Evangelion, he will sell Ryan his SY.
Oh, thank God.
Where did he say that?
You watched it?
It's in. He sent it in my DMs. It's currently sending in
damn
the
it.
Terminus podcast.
Okay, because I was gonna say if he sent it in not sell it, not I thought he sent it in like Horseman Discussion or anything. I was gonna pin it.
I bet. There you go.
He's playing it.
I can't pin it. I don't have admin powers.
No.
Sorry.
You said that it was in your DMs though.
These minutes.
Well, yeah, but the thing has been pinned now in Horseman Discussion.
Dean, do you have a judge's choice?
Did y'all do boiler pressure or no?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Sorry, I've had things going on in the background.
I think things available are. We did number in class right, but not number built.
Something like that.
Builder, year, valve gear, those 3 were done. Driver, engine wheelbase, a ratio, I think that was done. Overall was done. Tender water capacity wasn't done. Axle loading wasn't done. Driver diameter wasn't done. Tractive effort wasn't done. Flues, flue tube length. Great area.
Let's do driver diameter.
Oh God.
I was thinking about that one myself, but then I'm like,
Well, I hope you
Driver
weren't thinking about it too hard. What's yours, Ryan?
yeah, no,
60.
that's why. 50.
There you go.
Yeah, because you have tiny baby drivers. I'm surprised they're over the 40s. All right, well, let's. I believe it is 10 to 16. Ryan, if you've got any style points that you want to throw out, now is your
Yep.
chance.
Okay, I can.
Is
I am unloading all of my style points. Watch
Look at your
this.
starting time.
Okay,
Alright.
first and foremost, Aiden, you don't have a Thomas character made after you. You-
I didn't expect that to be the lead, but that makes perfect sense.
you don't have that.
Does he have a lock on his Lincoln pin? Oh no, that's just like a weird lighting effect. I'm like, does he have like a chastity
Okay,
lock on his
I'd like to point out, I have smoke deflectors.
That's a good one.
Okay, yeah.
I have smoke deflectors. Hold on. There's a really cool image. Let me find
Wait
it.
a second. Are the 9Fs double boilered?
No, we're not talking about the Franco Crosty ones today. I swear to God.
Oh God.
Wait, what's going on in that image then?
It's a Franco Crosty.
Oh,
There's
that's
like
one.
10 of them that were built experimentally.
One of mine worked as a helper up Licky Incline. The
Okay.
photo is sending.
Well, that's
it has
cool.
It has the cool headlight on it.
Well, that's not what you were currently
Why is it
representing
purple?
92113. I know
I
you
feel
were
like-
railroaded into that, but
I feel like you should also explain to Ryan. Like, I don't know if he's played since the update to
we've
that.
dragged Ryan on this podcast in recent memory.
What? What's the update?
No,
I
it
mean,
is. It is. You represent a specific locomotive at a specific point in time, not like all 9Fs ever.
What? When was this a rule?
Since
Like a year ago,
Yeah.
maybe?
What?
basically since we started making trading cards, honestly.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I think Ryan should be able to choose his 9F instead of being forced into.
Well,
one.
I mean, this is. I mean, if you want to swap to a different one, now's your opportunity because nothing you've said is in contrary to these other ones. If you want to do the Licky one, just so you can have a headlight, but that doesn't get you a point. It just keeps you from losing one.
Fuck it. I'll switch to the Licky one.
Okay, so we do not have. Goodbye, 92113, Birkenhead.
Hello, Licky.
Hold on. I've got.
Licky, but
Oh shit! Someone's at the door. I will be.
someone's at the door.
Open that door.
It's the
please.
FBI. It's the cop next
Open the
door.
door.
It's the cop that's been following him since he was speeding down the road to get to the
I'm gonna set
podcast.
you free.
Yeah.
1, 2, fuck it. 9.
Tyler's just jamming out here.
Yeah.
Well, I had to do it in the spirit of Ryan.
Yeah. Does the Franco Crossi crossover have 2 sets of valve gear? Or is that like really weird wall shirts?
It's wall sharts, but the assembly for activating the mechanical lubricator is just kind of weirdly set up.
Hey, what was
Yes.
British Rail number 52? Like, I know that's not how British numbering worked, but if there was a BR,
I'm back.
if there was a BR 52, what would it be?
Okay,
Anyway.
I'm back. Okay, hold on.
All right. Do you have
Okay. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
I'm holding on.
Holding up over here.
Okay. Hold on. I found the exact number. Okay,
Of the
hold
Licky
on.
one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I need to see. Okay, hold.
Oh my god, the Tommy train, Yamanote line one's going on the cam right now.
Oh no.
The Tommy train one, yeah. That's cool.
Was that the one closest to the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The play rail, I don't remember which one it was.
Oh, damn it. Alright, I can't get the name style point.
Oh, does this one not have a name?
No, it doesn't.
Damn.
Unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna use the power of BS to help me here.
Okay. Good luck.
The plane
Yeah, I feel like an engine built in the 50s has at least something.
I mean, here's the thing. British Steam isn't like British
Special.
Steam, that, and also, it's not my specialty. Like, I can't, rattle off, what is it? I can't, what is it? Like, I can't rattle off random,
Well, you've got a smoke box dart. That's one.
Oh, I
Right.
can,
You've got the dart. That helps you.
Yep.
Okay,
You
cool.
have a flared stack, which is something that number 5 does not have.
Okay, I'll take, can I take both of those?
Yeah,
Are those...
I'm giving them to you. You also have, and this helps you out a little bit. It's a bit of more of a controversial point, but you've got buffers, which are actually a point. You've got those buffers going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I don't really know the British quite so well.
Well, I mean,
That's for
could you,
Julius.
I forgot. Did we roll on a head coach or no?
I mean, they're equivalent to marker lights.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
You
here.
also have I guess that's a Belpaire.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
In a manner of
Technically.
speaking. So now you're tied up, and now I'm gonna let East try to break the tie, and I'll hear what he has to say, and you can ruminate on some more points if you can come up with any.
Can of out of style points. I've got to scroll up to the image because I just opened all of my Brightline tabs.
Oh my
We're
God.
still doing something.
So survives.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's fair. Do you have any
Well-
other ones that you want to rattle off right now, unless Ryan has something that he's come up with?
Well, I mean, can I rattle off stuff?
I was figuring you were going to try to help the underdog, but of course you're going to just like get in the 1913 locomotive and hit the obliterate button. Because I can think of 3 things off the top of my head, just barely even
Yeah,
looking at
same.
this thing.
I mean,
4
unless
things.
you want Ryan, like I can continue if you want.
Well, Ryan, do you have anything? Has anything come to mind for you?
Well, I was going to say, can I change my engine? I'll remove the style point for the headlight because I think I can get some more style points if I change to Evening Star. Is that possible?
I mean, I don't think we've done anything that like we didn't give you the headlight. You know, nobody called headlight yet because he hasn't really had a chance to call. So yeah, I suppose so. I don't think we have anything that precludes you at this point. I was looking at the other locomotive anyway, so sure, Evening Star.
Evening Star, last locomotive built for BR. Last locomotive built for BR. The paint point, it is green.
Mhm.
It has a name. It has a copper stacked double chimney. It has
Okay.
a forward. It has a. I think that's a. What is it? The outside mounted thingamabob. The outside mounted throttle.
That's not
Love a good
throttle.
thingamabob.
That's
Yeah.
not throttle.
Never mind.
That's the external throttle.
Yeah, you have an external throttle, which is better
Oh.
than a non-external throttle, but it's not a head-end throttle. It's
Yeah.
it's the one in the middle.
I'll take the external throttle point.
Yeah.
Mine is now cut in half. At the National Railroad Museum of York.
It is.
I think it's cut
No.
in half. Oh, it's
No,
not
it's
not.
cut in half.
Well, it can
And also,
be.
that wouldn't be a style point.
Yeah, I've tried to
Hold
get
on,
style
hold on.
point forward.
Can we get Ogilis in there with a? Never mind. With a sawzall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
send him in with a bomb that cuts just the engine.
A Phil Swift mask.
Yeah.
My cab is open for visitors, I think.
Everything in the IRM is open for visitors if you're brave enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm shit. Yeah.
I mean, you had a good run there for a second. Like that was pretty clever switching over. You did recognize that you found a locomotive with more style points. However, East, do you want to
I would love to.
Can I do the killing blow though?
let East use his own locomotive for a minute?
No. Easier to
Okay.
East.
East, you have one. I turned the timer over. You have your minute. Go ahead.
Okay, headlight, bell, polling pockets, plow.
Okay. Wait,
Uh,
plow. There's no plow.
Well, it has a
Switching
switching plow.
It
Pilot.
has a pilot, not a plow.
Well,
Plow in your mouth.
got him.
It has
Not
switching
plate
boards.
flames.
Okay, yeah, bar frames.
Yeah. Rear headlight, which I don't know if both the lights are just the one.
Do you have a rear headlight? I don't see it. Oh, it's in the
I
other
think so.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I still don't. Wait, what picture is it in? I mean, I know you've like physically seen this locomotive, so if you remember seeing a rear headlight on it, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, there's photos of a model with the rear headlight. I'm trying to see if I can find an actual photo of the engine with the rear
Well, I mean,
headlight.
it's 21 to 19. I feel like.
Who's winning?
I mean, you are now,
Oh, okay.
but why, Tyler? What do you have to say, Tyler?
Air.
I have to say,
I am air, I'm not vacuum.
you have air. You're
Does
not
the 9F have
you've got-
vacuum?
Yeah, it
Oh,
does.
okay. Yeah, that
My
makes sense.
understanding, a majority of British brakes are vacuum.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
all
I
of
thought
them
they got
were
over
until-
that.
They were until like the 80s.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ran under wires, mango gobbles.
Okay.
If-
No, it's
Both of them ran
Tyler's
in
turn now.
preservation. So honestly, let's see here. I'm trying to remember with Evening Star. If
Tyler, you were
sand
so excited
capacity-
to
I
do
would
this.
Say,
Excursion courier.
sand capacity.
Yeah, sand capacity and excursion courier.
With
Well,
with
Evening Star had an excursion.
Oh, it did? Damn.
Yeah.
Do I have... Are those number boards on my headlight lit?
Yes.
yeah.
Well, lit number boards.
Okay.
What
Also,
else?
you
You have opening doors on the front.
oh,
Doors.
you've got the forward cab doors. You got that going on for you, and you have the rearward visibility.
Yep.
The thing that I've written on almost every single logging locomotive card, because boy, do those guys not have a lot of style points to go around. Tyler, did you see my response to you when you asked about the
Yeah,
generic?
I did.
Yeah. If you've got any better ones, feel free to let me know.
All right.
Alright, should we give Brian a chance to respond?
I mean,
and I
Brian,
don't think rail back.
Ryan, do you have any more?
Give me un moment. Oh, I have a model made after me.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
I think you have multiple models, like trains and IRL.
I've got trains. I've got HO scale. I've got live steam. I've got N scale.
Okay, that's actually 3 separate points, because a physical model, a digital model, and a live steam model are different.
Oh, cool.
Here's a
because-
photo of the tender. There, you can see the mounting bracket.
Headlight position, yeah.
It's a step.
Yeah.
It literally
That's
is
how that
just a
works when you
step.
have a.
Yeah.
I want to see this thing run. It's chunky.
I have.
It'd be cool.
I have a Thomas and Friends OC made after me.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna
Yeah, well,
necessarily...
I'm not letting you double dip on that.
Nope. Not.
you do have embossed number plates. Or number plate.
Well, and numbers,
When I wanted to start
like
What do
full-on
you mean?
embossed numbers. It's 23
Oh.
to 25. Commonwealth Edison is winning by 2.
Hold on. I'm gonna scrounge up 2 more points.
Okay. You've got a few seconds while I write the contents of the locomotive versus into the cargoes document, accessible in the description for those who want to look at these stat sheets themselves. Neither of these are trading cards, but we do have
Did
a
we
British
call Knuckle?
locomotive.
I don't know if we called Knuckle.
You didn't call Knuckle,
Well,
but you can have it.
yeah.
Knuckle.
Also, a locomotive with a chastity cage over the knuckle, it just has horrific implications.
That's a negative style
Wait,
point.
where?
I'm just
That
the
takes
mention
points
of the
away.
lock on the thing
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
That idea has been not leaving my brain.
Iron Horseman, alternate universe.
For the record,
Well,
this one was
the
built.
Mormons.
It says so on the front. This one was built in 1960, so you've got that up. You know.
I have it. What is it?
Alice,
This would be
the
a good
implication
trade.
of religion
what is
means
it?
there are
My-
Mormon engines,
My
which means
Oh,
Wow.
don't get me started. What is it? My locomotive went 90 miles an hour.
I mean,
Uh,
no, I'm not.
So-
I can't give you that. Like, we don't usually give the faster locomotive points other than
Well,
The
mine's,
infinite speed
mine's
ladder.
a decapod, though. Name any other decapod that can go 90 miles an hour.
Ivan with a SRB strapped to him.
Okay. Ellis, do I need to
here's the thing.
describe to everybody the physics of terminal velocity?
Here's the thing. The 9Fs in at least on the S&D, like they would do 90. No, I
Yeah.
think it was S&D.
yeah. Well, I can tell you this thing's definitely
The
does not
S&D?
do 90.
Yeah,
The eat shit and die.
it's Stockton and Darlington, right?
No, Somerset and Dorset.
Whoopsie.
Right.
No, I would have said.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you
I
have
think-
sprung buffers?
I think we're done here. I don't.
Damn
It's
it.
23 to 25.
Which is a lot closer than it should have been.
Well, I think we could do worse, but I mean, have we beaten up on the British enough? Oh wait, no, I never gave the sand point because I didn't look at the domes. There it is.
Does the 9F have roller bearings?
On the tender trucks, I believe so. Well, tender axles. I don't think on the driving wheels.
I mean, that's more than me.
Yeah, I think.
All right, 24
I
to
think
27.
by
Stop
extension,
saying things. I'm
Ryan
trying to
gets
write
it.
it down. Also, I'm voting for the 060.
Same.
Also, the 9F has front steps, or like proper stairs, as opposed to
9F.
on my thing, you have to step on the cylinder.
Stop saying
On the
things. I've
engine.
already written it down. Actually, no. Before we close out here, let's do the thing that
You do.
the reason that we're here. Tractive effort from both of you, please.
I already closed the Steam local page. Give me a second.
It's linked on the document.
That's but I have
You're
to find the
welcome.
document. I have 70 tabs open, Ellis.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up.
Active effort
Oh my-
41,253.
38,509.
Oh wow, okay.
So Ryan gets 2 more points.
I'm not giving him the. I already wrote it down. We're done here. I'm not giving the point. I asked
Burn.
afterward because it wasn't the point because we saw it on the meme.
Which was higher than the meme, which is interesting
Yeah.
that the meme has it wrong.
Mhm.
The meme does have it wrong. It's 41,000 against 38,000. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah, 38,500. Still, I mean, it's in favor of the 9F, which is not what's in the meme, if I remember right. But it's an 060.
Ellis, may I suggest a versus to replace the loss of the 9F versus USRA?
I'm not removing the 9F versus USRA. It's staying there because we don't have the USRA numbers.
9F versus E10.
No.
The Deca tank.
I mean, would that even be fair? I'm curious.
That
9F
would be really funny.
E10. If the 9F beat, I kind of want to know. Yeah, if the 9F beats it, I'm kind of curious about Ivan. I think Ivan would mop the floor with both of them, though. Anyway, let's. So, I already went on my little campaign earlier to like say come to New England and hang out here and be a part of the Providence Northern Model Railroad Club. It's the best model railroad club that I'm the president of, and we have a few New England things that aren't 2-foot gauge. Astounding, right? The first thing, I'll actually work in reverse here. Something we've been following for quite a while. Guys, the Zappy Boys are home safe.
My children, they're home.
The what is it? The S motor and the T motor that were stranded in the woods outside of Albany that I have personally never climbed in, around, and on, and certainly neither has anyone else that we know, especially not Milky, whom I definitely don't have photos of doing exactly that. We visited them twice. They are now home. They are now safely at the Danbury Railway Museum in Danbury, Connecticut. They were disassembled and trucked from their what could have been their final resting place. Honestly, it is kind of a miracle that they are in Danbury in one piece. The video of unloading them is really cool. Fantastic. I need to go back to Danbury for a reason other than eating at the diner across the street from the Railroad Museum, which I found out has an agreement with the Railroad Museum. Like you can get a discount with your ticket, or like I don't remember if you show your receipt from the restaurant you get a discount on admission, or if you show your ticket from the museum you get a discount on food, but it's one of the two. We also have another item in Connecticut, a place that I had honestly never heard of, the Gray Granite Railroad. They have 2 steam engines, which I didn't know they had one. Like I said, I've never heard of this. It's in somewhere. It's in South Glastonbury, Connecticut. So it is like very close to my office in Connecticut. And they, I think, are the people who purchased that Mogul that was on sale, that was up for auction. Yep. There's a little short Facebook video of them bringing in the Mogul. So it's good to hear that has a new home. I'll have to go check this place out also. I need to just spend some time in Connecticut.
Hey, at least it's not New Jersey.
Listen, New Jersey gets a lot of ire that should be pointed at Connecticut instead.
Earned.
And if we're talking about Connecticut and railroads, we have to talk about the New Haven, we have to talk about the Roger Williams, which shouldn't really be associated with Connecticut because Roger Williams is the founder of Rhode Island. Also, go check out the unabridged version of the Bridge Killing Bridge script that I just posted on the channel. Speaking of Roger Williams, he gets mentioned. I may or may not dox the tallest man in Colorado's ancestry, but what is the actual name of this museum? I can't remember the name of this museum. I know it is the Berkshire Scenic
Museum.
Yeah, the Berkshire Scenic used to be called something else before they moved to the Berkshires, if I remember right. But they purchased, or at least are currently, they currently have stewardship over the 3 RDCs, streamlined RDCs that make up the Roger Williams trade set. Now, they have a lot of RDCs. Like, they're really good with RDCs. It's kind of alarming. And it's running. They have it running around their museum facility in Lenox. Which, honestly, kind of insane. Kind of crazy. I mean,
lives.
The shocking thing is that this thing still exists. Much less that it was, preserved in a mostly operable condition and now runs again. I know it's not as exciting as restoring the steam locomotive and running it on the mainline Mango Gobbles, but it's a bunch of RDCs.
But they're streamlined.
It's got the front end. It sort of looks like an FA almost. I don't know. It's a really goofy. If you haven't seen it, look at the video. It's very goofy looking locomotive. I'll put up a photo of what it looked like when it was
Also
living in Danbury. But yeah, it's the cars were retired in the 80s. I think there were more than 3 cars. There were actually 6 total. There were the 2 end cars and 4 intermediate cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they were all Bud RDCs, basically, all powered. And they also are dual mode, because you can drive them into Grand Central Terminal, or you could. They had third rail shoes.
Just the way they did it is so weird.
Yeah, that's right. These are the ones that are the trucks have 1 powered axle by motor and 1 powered axle by diesel engine each.
Yeah, it's
it's
like A1 and then it converts to like 1A. It's weird.
Yeah, no, the inner axles, like the ones closer to the center of the car body, are the ones that are connected to the diesel engines, diesel motors, because that's how a Bud car works. And the outer ones, which would normally just be free rolling axles, have electric motors on them for when you need to run it under air power. It's wild. It's amazing that it survives. So we've got 1, 2, 3 survivor stories from New England. We also have the Pinsley Railroad Company. There was a short line outside of Springfield, Connecticut, I believe, or Springfield, Massachusetts, called the Pioneer Valley Railroad. So the Pioneer Valley Railroad was owned by Pinsley, I suppose, which is the second oldest short line holding company in North America, dating to 1938. And yeah, I believe, if I understand correctly, the Pioneer Valley Railroad, which I think was mainly in Holyoke, was the last railroad owned by the Pinsley Holding Company, and then Gulf and Atlantic Railways bought that, and thus in turn they own all of Pinsley. So they rebranded as Pinsley, because apparently that has more name recognition. I had not heard that name before. Had anyone here heard Pinsley before?
Nope.
No.
No, it's no. But Gulf and Atlantic is Florida-based. It owns the Florida Gulf and Atlantic, the Granada Railroad, the Camp Chase Rail, the Chesapeake and Indiana, and the Vermilion Valley Railroad Company. So, honestly, I'm okay with this. I hope they stand up to GNW and fight them in the parking lot.
That'd be fun.
Although, in fairness to GNW, they did a heritable.
They did?
They did. Hold on, it's down here somewhere. No, it's buried with all the other random news. Heritable. Not the CSX one. Not the NS one. GNW. It's right here. I'll put it up by my name. Genesee and Wyoming painted 2 locomotives in the railroad's original Whisker Stripes scheme.
Oh, that's cute.
So they were always the Orange Plague.
Yes, they were always the Orange Plague.
Consuming short line, consuming a short line near you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pumpkin. But yeah, G&W made heritables. That's always interesting. So, I don't know where to jump to from here.
Well, earlier you said that there were 3 surviving things being resurrected in New England.
Oh,
How about
no.
4 dead things being buried in Florida?
Are they people that have been hit by Brightline? Is that where this is going?
Correct.
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fatalities since the last time I was on this podcast.
Oh my god. Florida? Why?
Oh, let me rephrase. Mid sneeze. 4 fatalities that were reported on. I believe there was another 3 spread among South Florida railroads that were not reported on.
Oh, okay.
Because at this point it's so common, people just stop caring.
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't need, we don't need to be informed every time Brightline kills a Florida man.
Yep. So a Florida bill proposed to increase penalties for drivers and pedestrians for grade crossing violations.
I mean, if you've been flattened, is that not a penalty?
I mean, yes, but so it sets up a base fine of $500 and possible extension of up to 25 community service hours and 6 points against the driver's license for a first offense. For a second offense, it is $1,000 and another 6 penalty points to the driver's offense. The penalty points apply to both the driver and pedestrians. Which means if you're a pedestrian and you trespass, you're going to get points on your driver's license.
That's
okay. That's
hold on,
weird.
Hold on a second.
Because
That's
they're
from my
walking.
understanding.
They aren't driving.
Okay, but I assume
you're walking
it's-
unsafely.
You can't really enforce penalty points against unreal
walking.
ID.
Penalty.
Yeah, I guess it's
You're walking.
weird.
You're walking license. Oh, you got a license for those legs.
And this isn't just on the FEC. This is for all roads in Florida. This isn't just the East Coast thing.
I'm gonna go and walk in. I'm gonna go and walk in front of trains and then run from the cops.
So
you need a walking license and a running license.
in 2023, according to an NTSB FRA report, Florida was 4th in the nation in number of grade crossing collisions, but 2nd in fatalities.
Congrats! Wait, who's number 1?
I need to look this up.
I want to know who's number
That's a
1 in
good
grade
question.
I
crossing.
guess it's California.
I mean, they do have a lot of
Probably.
trains
No,
and also people.
no. Texas.
Okay, I was gonna say it's
Oh.
either California or Texas. I mean, that's what happens when you don't adjust your statistics against population.
Texas has has over twice the amount of collisions and almost twice the amount of fatalities as Florida.
Hold on. Population of.
Which I'm kind of surprised this didn't get posted as its own thing.
Population
I'm-
of Texas.
New Jersey.
I'm
Okay,
that's
per
25th.
capita, I think Florida is worse than.
Probably.
So congratulations.
Probably.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Rhode Island does not rank on this list.
we don't have any grade crossing. Okay, we
Or-
have like 3.
You have grade crossings.
We have very
It-
few grade crossings.
It might, but the page isn't letting me scroll past New Jersey.
Effing New Jersey. um,
And then the following day, DeSantis came out and said, "I'm not going to fund Brightline,"
doesn't
which
I mean, good for him. I mean, they're not. He's not doing that anyway, right? Like that's not a thing that's happening right now.
Exactly. But instead of essentially donating the right-of-way in between I-4 to Tampa, he said that he's not going to donate it or sell it, and he's going to go forward with provisions to extend the highway.
Oh, yucky.
Yeah, just one more lane, bro. Just one more lane. It'll make everything better, bro.
So
Well, is that all
Yeah.
that's contained in that massive compendium of Florida news? What is the Sunshine
it is-
Corridor? Please explain that to me because I wrote that down about 6 times and I still don't know what it is.
Okay, so the Sunshine Corridor is the corridor basically for Sunrail, but it is the I-4 corridor / the corridor between I actually don't know what Orlando's airport. I think it's between Orlando Airport and Disney / Universal / the Convention Center / whichever tourist attraction you want to.
Oh, it's sort of
Link
like
up.
it's in the middle of Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Sunshine Corridor specifically, I believe, is Orlando to Tampa, which is the I-4 corridor.
Okay.
So the first article about that is Sunrail is like, hey, we exist, and then everyone's like, ah.
I need a map of Florida railroads. I need like a subway map of Florida railroads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only the Key West extension, though.
No. I mean, no, but seriously, like, I can't. There's too many different commuter agencies in Florida.
It's because big state.
Yeah, but no, because like other states have it together, and like even when they have multiple commuter agencies, they're all like distinct. What you guys need is more like 200-year-old railroad rivalry in your commuter rail.
I think what it is Sunrail is owned by the state, while Tri-Rail is owned by the county. Because Tri-Rail started its existence process because they were doing renovations to I-95, which basically just shut down I-95 for like 2 years. And so they're like, hey, we have these Seaboard Coastline tracks, I think, at the time. No, it would have been CSX at the time. The CSX tracks next to the highway, let's put a train on it. And then it was so successful they decided to keep the train even after opening I-95.
Damn, I wish that's what happened
So,
when they
yeah.
put a ferry over here. They got rid of the ferry.
So they remembered Sunrail exists, and they have now included Sunrail in the plans to connect Orlando to the theme parks through another I-4. There's multiple I-4 corridors because fuck I-4. Which raised the estimate cost to about $4 billion.
Well, good thing they're not funding Brightline.
Yeah.
Okay,
How-
legitimately, this frustrates me. Why? Okay, Florida. Like, and I don't mean to steal your thunder at all, but
Florida.
like the amount of driving I've done today is so immense that I'm wondering, like, okay, shouldn't we be investing in like better rail connections so we can cut down on all of this driving? Like, this is frustrating because they have the golden goose. Like, this seems like Florida is the perfect opportunity for something like this, and like it. Just because it's so frustrating.
Well, here's the problem: is that they have Brightline, and they have Tri-Rail, and they have Sunrail, and they have
Amtrak.
Amtrak.
Which Amtrak-
Am I missing any?
Technically USSC.
Okay, no, but there's not another commuter provider.
No, they've
No,
tried
that's
to
it?
get some.
Okay. Well, no. They don't. They should not try to get some. They have enough.
No,
They
I
need
think
at least
more.
one less. If I'm right, like they should consolidate a little bit.
But you know what's another golden goose?
the 16 other Brightline articles I have.
Yeah, Vegas.
We don't need to. Well, okay, Vegas. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't even finish the Sunrail thing.
they
So
should put
proposed-
slot machines on the train.
I feel like they would do that if it wasn't like illegal in California or something.
Well, you just make them not work when they're in California.
It works for like 2% of the journey.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's to get your to whet your appetite when you're arriving in Vegas. You get to play a couple slots.
And then
Okay.
when you're leaving, you just get to look solemnly.
They have to set out the gambling car at the Nevada border. Hold on, can we get this added to Run 8? Agilius, can you add the industry config for the gambling car?
Gambling card.
Jesus.
Okay, so Brightline is full electrifying ahead with construction. They have started construction along several parts of the I-15 corridor, as well as in Las Vegas and in California, in partnership with California High-Speed Rail. Which has also, because they're using a lot of locally sourced product, it has really spurred the industry in the area, as well as helped bring a lot of jobs forward.
Cool.
But I think the most important and biggest news from Brightline West this so far is they have announced that they are going to be using the Siemens something or other train sets.
Siemens needs to make a contrary naming scheme, like against because
Yeah, and you have the Kiss and the Flirt, so I think they should name it like the Stuka and the Fockel.
I will point out with the choice to use the Siemens, is it the American Venture 220 or something?
America Pioneer 220, which is basically just the ICE4.
Yeah. So
right.
ostensibly they say it's because, hey, our line is predicted to have 4.5% grades. We need something that can handle 4.5% grades. Siemens is over here doing that. Also, if you look at Siemens marketing material, right, you've got the whole, it can do 4.5% grades, it can do 220 miles an hour. But it can also do a party car.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's what sold the deal.
we are in business.
So remember the joke about the slot car?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many slot machines can you fit in the party car? And also, you know how ships have those self-leveling, pool tables? That, but it's a poker table.
No.
So
Here's the marketing I'm talking
Or
about.
craps.
yeah.
Craps would do.
So they expect the capacity to be anywhere between 430 to 450 passengers, depending on final configuration. And it'll make the trip between Las Vegas and Rancho Cucamonga, California, in less than 2 hours.
What is that
Siemens
second
also agreed
destination?
to Cucamonga.
What is that? I
California.
thought it was going to Los Angeles.
I assume this place is where they interchange with California High Speed Rail.
No, they're interchanging with Caltrain, I think, first.
Caltrain, yeah.
They are?
The place where they end their trackage and start running on someone else.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually they'll go straight to LA.
They should have these guys do, just hit the Tehachapi loop at 200 miles an hour.
It's like banked at 70
I was gonna
degrees.
say, I've done this in Roller Coaster Tycoon.
All of your passengers are just
Actually-
drunk off their minds from the party car.
Oh my god, have you seen the roller coaster? It was this is the death roller coaster. It turns you to mush. It's like that, but you're on a high speed train.
Yes.
Another important bit is Siemens has signed a contract to maintain the trains for 30 years at a brand new facility built in Solon, Nevada.
Lovely.
And another big thing is the AP 220s, which is the AP for American Pioneer, are being built to be compatible with whatever California High Speed Rail chooses.
Okay.
Which is interesting that you could potentially see two different high-speed sets interconnect with each other, and that's something you only really see in France and in Japan.
I only
should
in
take
France?
Tyler-
I feel like other
and-
places in Europe, they also have that.
I mean, I'm trying to think, but
although no, I mean maybe you're right because there are a lot of like the operators of the high speed trains are very state centric. Like the Italians have their own, and the Germans have their own, and the French have their own, and the Spanish have their own. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're probably right.
Question: is that a giant comedically oversized champagne bottle?
Yes.
Oh, we are so going in. Like we are so ready.
Can we just
in
like
4 years?
Baby,
just
get in here. You got to see this.
just like everyone make like a ring around the comedically oversized champagne bottle and just start like
chanting.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on. With the amount of pressure that thing's under, I feel like there could be some serious structural damage when you pop that champagne bottle.
You're gonna pop it and it's gonna go straight.
Look at the size of that.
Yeah, pop when it kills someone.
What the hell is that?
The train set they're getting for the Los Angeles to Las Vegas high-speed train apparently is part of.
That's gotta be a Photoshop.
I mean, it's made of renderite. Like it's not real, but they're advertising that you can get a party car on your train set. And this is part of the advertising, a gigantic bottle of champagne.
Okay.
We're figuring because it's going to Vegas, it's extremely appropriate.
Okay.
There you go.
Anyway, I just wanted you to see the giant bottle of champagne.
Horseman trip to Vegas 2028.
Yeah.
You take the party car.
Well, you may not have
so
to go that far, because Brightline says they are also eyeing high-speed expansion in Seattle and in Texas.
Oh, that's what that was about. Wait a minute, Texas,
What?
hold on.
Yeah, no, because, I mean, think about it. Like, Texas high-speed rail hasn't exactly been doing very much, unfortunately. I would
We've
love
learned they're an interurban and a railroad.
Isn't like Amtrak like I'm the captain now lately? Like they're taking over the
yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah, but I still have seen lack of like stuff.
We literally have an article about it. it's right here in the Unclaimed News. And Amtrak Senior Vice President Andy Byford. Which, wait a minute.
They also changed presidents like last week.
Well, they have another dude going on the board too, and
which I think would have been very interesting to talk about the Amtrak president shift.
Yeah, well, and the person that's getting put on the board, man, there are some people that are upset about that. But I forgot Andy Byford. I didn't realize Train Daddy was on Amtrak now. That's no wonder things have been going so well. He and Homer Joe are probably like hanging out in the basement of the White House running the train set every night.
Running the White House to cellar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You better believe it's all party cars.
No, and unfortunately, I can't read further into this article because Bloomberg, fuck Bloomberg, because gotta subscribe to see the article. Hey. But they discussed that if Brightline West is successful, the next markets they will go into are Seattle, which I assume is just like what Amtrak Cascades does. I'd imagine a more similar routing to that. Probably to connect. I think it's Vancouver out there, right?
Yeah.
Vancouver, Seattle, and probably Tacoma, I would imagine. And then Texas, which I can imagine is the loop or the triangle line between Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine they would do Vancouver to Portland.
Maybe to Portland. I mean, I can't read the article, unfortunately, but
yeah. And then either Dallas to Houston or Dallas to Austin or Austin to Houston. One of those three things.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the current thing, which is Houston to Dallas to Houston. Amtrak is sort of talking about, there have been more serious talks about exploring a partnership with Texas Central, which I assume in more realistic terms means dragging the corpse of Texas Central out of the pine box that it's been living in since it was sentenced to be an interurban, and strapping it to overhead wires and sending it between Houston and Dallas. This is, Byford said that the corridor ticks all the boxes for high-speed rail. Other traveling options are suboptimal, and which I feel like you know if you look at it, and has the support of both President Joe Biden, distinct lack of surprise, and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, which
Yeah.
also not that much of a surprise, but I figured that would make two people in this call go, yeah, and I was right.
Hell yeah. Weebs will look at this and go, hell yeah.
Give me N700.
But yeah, unsurprisingly, I'm sure what this functionally means is waking up the corpse of Texas Central and then strapping it to a giant rocket that says eminent domain and making all of their problems with Texas landowners go away by the power of the federal government, because that tends to be how that goes. So if we're good on the high-speed rail talk,
there's a bit more.
There's more Florida. We're like way over time for one discussion topic, and we still have 3 left.
I'll very quickly speed run these. So first of all, if you look in Terminus podcast, that's exactly what the N700s are going to look like. I hope you know.
That's horrible.
Yes.
No.
Oh my god.
Phase 3 doesn't work.
You put Phase 3 on everything, and it works. Yes.
No.
Oh god. Put Brightline in Phase 3.
Hell yeah.
So Brightline is raising fares. This is mostly for businesses that will just pay for Brightline because they're massive companies. But this does kind of screw the average person out if they're paying for it out of pocket, which sucks. But
Oh my god.
Tri-Rail is offering alternatives for people who would potentially be displaced, which is good to hear that they are working together on that. Brightline is also opening a new Princess and Brightline rail and sail program, so Graham may come work for Brightline.
Princess.
Which gets you from the airport to Port of Miami, or from the Port of Miami to anywhere along Brightline, so Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, Orlando.
Cool.
Ridership is up, and it's up by a lot, as well as the average price for ticket is up. Not because the price increase haven't gone in yet, but that's just because more people are buying stuff at the station or whatever. Where I think it's 1 out of every 2 trains is running at above 95% capacity.
Hey.
Which is wonderful to hear.
Yeah, and that's why they can get away with increasing prices, because if they're increasing prices
so much
and they are
demand.
still selling out,
Average bookings also up per month over the past 2 months. And if they keep increasing at the current rate, which they're going at, which may not be sustainable, may be sustainable, we'll see. Of course, they are getting new cars. They will be able to hit their yearly goal of whatever that was. I don't remember.
Oh, the one we did the math on.
Yeah. Last couple of things is Tri-Rail is looking to expand its system north from its terminus, 1 stop north of West Palm Beach, to these a few miles up at the VA Center, which would be really good to help veterans get to the VA Center if they don't have a vehicle or a method of transportation. Tri-Rail is also working on adding extra trains that, instead of going to the airport, will go straight from West Palm Beach to Miami Central, instead of having to go from from West Palm Beach to Tri-Rail Metro Rail interchange, and then hopping on changing trains to another Tri-Rail train and then going to downtown. Tri-Rail ridership has also finally recovered to pre-pandemic levels, which is averaging about 15,000 weekday riders in the month of February, which is finally recovered back to post-pandemic levels, and have actually surpassed post-pandemic levels. Brightline steps up security, blah blah, I don't care about that article. An FEC train hit a car in the most dramatic CCTV video you'll ever see, because someone just kind of parked the car in the middle of downtown Miami, and the FEC train kind of rounds the corner and gives it a little nut tap.
Okay.
With its knuckle. I remember this video being very funny to watch.
We also have just to tie in here, the Capital Corridor trains have returned to pre-pandemic levels. Amtrak's Capital Corridor. They made a motion to return service to pre-pandemic levels, which is exciting. And if I remember right, there was an article somewhere buried in here about Amtrak ridership. well, I know that they've had records in the last year or so. Oh, there's Virginia passenger rail ridership is maybe what I was thinking of. Record riders. So yeah, people like trains. More trains.
Agreed.
Okay, are we done with Florida?
Yes.
Okay, well, we've talked about electric overhead stuff enough that I want to talk about the Memphis trolleys, which ties into our earlier thing. But Dean, you wanted to post a photo of the Memphis trolley, and then we wanted to talk about the Memphis trolley, which is what I asked you about before the podcast.
Yes.
So the Memphis trolley system is shaped sort of like a T.
A T, an L, kind of like that. So you have two lines. So you have two operating lines and one that isn't operational right now. The two operational ones are effectively parallel. One goes up the riverfront, one goes up Main Street.
Oh,
The
okay.
inactive one is known as the Madison line. So about 10 years ago, the city of Memphis. Come on, man. The city of Memphis. Sorry. The city of Memphis started work and restoring part of the Madison line, which had closed, I think, in the 40s for a trolley buses. Before those got taken out in the 60s. So so there was an expectation by 2023 the Madison line will be back in operation, but that hasn't happened. So quote, it was wonderful, and all of a sudden it stopped. Says Gwen Campbell. So right now, the city has, I think, 4 operational trolleys, and they're all old. They're all old. They're all like none of them is like newer than 50, I think. So let me skim through this real quick. So the Memphis Area Transit Authority, MATA, they operate the trolley lines. They operate the buses, and well, people have been asking just where they are, and there just isn't a clear answer. Like MATA just isn't being communicative. They aren't saying anything. So it's just been leading to a lot of questions. It's just bad business.
I feel like I would imagine that, is there... There's got to be more than just closed lips on this thing. I would imagine that there's some talk of the funding for the thing, or something like that. I'm trying to find a decent map of the trolley system right now. I was
going to say the maps that I found are a little convoluted.
They're not helpful, no. But
so
it is a main line that goes north-south on Main Street, right? And then there's a riverfront line that just, like, I assume it goes only southbound.
The riverfront sort of loops around, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because that's single track. That's why I thought it was one big line that was like a loop. And that, well, see, and I keep seeing this map, which has this green line on it, which is got all these squiggles
to it. That is the riverfront.
But that's not the way the trolley goes.
So it kind of is, and it kind of doesn't. Like, it's been a long time since I've actually wrote it. I mean, it's been such a long time. Like, but from my memory, it really does that bottom loop, and that's it. But the Madison line is that yellow one, and I've driven over it like several times, just looking for something, and there just isn't anything there. I think in either 2018 or 21, I can't remember which one. There were talks of trials with some Oh, I remember. I don't remember who manufactured it. It might have been Siemens. It might have been Alstom. I don't remember. To operate the a massive line, and they just never came.
Hmm.
So I don't know. So I don't know what's going on right now, but it's.
Oh, it was a
Like,
Siemens Duewag, Duewag, modern streetcar.
that sounds right.
They
That
got it from
sounds
the
right.
San Diego trolley system. They were going to
Yeah.
use it in 2022.
Oh,
But
one of these guys.
it's not
Yeah.
clear to me if they ever did that.
They didn't know.
Yeah, so that's disappointing. I hope that you get your trolleys back. I know that Philadelphia has had similar
Well,
annoyances with their
I mean,
trolley lines.
to my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong here, like especially in North America, like trolley lines are almost not really seen as like public transportation. Rather, they're like a tourist attraction,
Pretty
like
much.
amusing. And I feel like it's a double-edged sword because, like, on the one hand, like trolleys in the 21st century, unless you have like a separated right of way, like are going to be a bit of a joke, anyways. Um, but on the other hand, like we gotta get better public transportation. Like if we seriously want to start, if we want to start taking ourselves seriously, especially in the face of climate change, like we really do need to start like actually like doing something with public transportation on it. I don't know. I don't mean to get on a high
Okay,
horse, and I
I
apologize.
understand why this map is so confusing. Because, as I initially suspected, the green line, and I don't know what's wrong with this map that you posted, Dean. There's like no text on it.
Yeah. That's weird.
But the green, so the only line that you have that actually is being run by trolleys is the Main Street line. The other
Right now,
two
yes.
are bustituted. And that's why the green line is so wacky and doesn't follow the tracks at all. And, of course, the Madison Avenue line is no good. That said, like,
Sorry.
the system has a pretty bright history. I mean,
It does, yeah.
since in
So
the
the
2011 and
image-
2012 fiscal year, 1.34 million trips were made on the system, and the annual ridership is, well, now that you have only one line running out of your three, is about a third of that, which you might imagine that sort of makes sense.
So,
Yeah,
is the reason because like they like again as you mentioned like the physical trolley cars are like not up to snuff or
I mean, it's not that like they are quite operational. Like they aren't pleasant to ride in the summer, but they are still adequately functional because the New Orleans trolleys they're 120 years old and they're still running just fine.
You only have, hold on,
So
I'm
the
trying to
image
find a
that-
list
that
of
I
how many
posted-
cars that you have, because
I think
I-
it's
I
about a
think it's like
dozen
4 or
because
5.
you have I think it's like 6 from Spain, you have a couple from Melbourne's system, and then you have a couple of the new build the replica Bernies. I think you have like 3 of those and the one San Diego car.
it's
The
such a
San
weird
Diego car, I haven't
assemblage.
seen run.
Yeah. There might be 1 or 2 other things in there. It is a very weird set. It's not
you
a
need some-
cohesive
Yeah, it's a very interesting.
standardization.
It's a very interesting collection.
I would imagine
But
it's
the-
also just a nightmare to run from a maintenance perspective with a collection
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I understand why you don't have 3 functional lines; you just have 1. The reason is because you're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And like, I love a heritage trolley as much as the next guy, but if
Wow.
like Ryan pointed out, you need to make a functional transit system, and you don't make a functional transit system by building a museum collection to rival Steamtown.
okay
Like,
to,
You
to
buy
be,
Brookville.
to be entirely fair though, like look, as much as I love Steamtown, like if they have everything operational, that's a like they're doing a lot better than Steamtown then.
Well, I'm just saying it's a ramshackle group of
Okay.
of locomotives or equipment that really nothing has anything to do with anything else.
That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah, exactly. So the image that I posted, that was the like height of the Memphis Trolley network in like 1913.
Yeah, never forget what they took from us. And by they, I mean General Motors.
Yeah.
And by took from us, I
Tires.
mean stole from us.
And Standard Oil.
And Esso, yep. But you could have
Well,
y'all are starting to
we wouldn't have had the trolley buses.
y'all are starting to sound like my brother. But anyways, continue.
Jesus.
Anyway, there's a different kind of train on the camera.
Hmm?
It's going slower than all
There
the
is?
other ones. It's the black sheep of the family. But anyway,
I
you wanna touch on the
cam? I think I closed it on accident.
you want to touch on the
Right
magazine
past.
thing, and then we'll move on. Oh, I need
Yeah.
to get rid of all of East's things.
I gotta find all that. This can all go away.
The question is, how far behind is Ellis?
So,
I'm pretty far behind.
Trained Magazine, our beloved source for most of our news articles. I'm previously owned by a Combat Media has been purchased by Fire Crown.
I think
So-
it's an EP57, Tyler.
So Fire Crown, pretty much, they are a company that kind of specializes in transportation magazines like aircraft, boats, etc. So they were. I can't find a number, but effectively, Combat Media has filled the proverbial hole in the Fire Crown arsenal. So, I mean, you could argue it's a monopoly. Probably it might be. I don't know. Like,
Well-
I'm not familiar with all of the like big corporations controlling the various transportation related media, but frankly, this isn't a very like I don't think that this is a pretty popular decision because Combat's been pretty independent for like 90 years. It's and I've got I think 2 books from them, and it's and they're great. I used to have a subscription to a Trained Mag way back when, but they never show up in my mail.
We should get a Transmag subscription for the podcast. I keep saying that.
Yeah.
Maybe if we sell more trading cards.
So actually, Dean, so a lot of model railroaders are actually very happy with the sale, from my understanding. I don't mean to steal your thunder, nor do I mean to contradict you or anything.
It's
but
a
from what I've
discussion topic. We must
Yeah.
discuss. You have information
So-
that is Vija requires the information.
So, from what I've found out, like, model railroader has sort of, its crown has slipped and it's sort of become like second rate to like model railroad craftsman and other model railroader magazines. So I think a lot of model railroaders are hoping that this will sort of be a second wind to that particular line of magazine. So yeah, honestly, like I mean, I know Michael is very big into Trains magazine. He can probably talk a lot more about the quality in it. Like my experience with Trains magazine is that I used one article to write to do a homework assignment for my business class, and that was about it. So yeah. But honestly, hoping that Model Railroader can at least see a bump improve in quality, because God knows model railroading always good to get more people in there. But anyway,
You're right. God does know model railroading.
Well, he has to put up with Ward Kimball. He who dies with the most trains wins. Probably happens in heaven as well. I mean, how much do you think Ward Kimball is charging God up for land and rent space?
Do you think God makes the trains run on time? Never mind.
Honestly,
No, him too.
You mean Ward Kimball?
Well, no, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, does God make the trains run on time? I mean, how? I mean, I don't know. Do we think how robust is the great beyond public transportation network?
Well, here's the thing.
So,
I feel like if you're in eternal paradise, it doesn't matter if you get there on time. That's some philosophy for you.
Well, okay, but if God sits on the right-hand side of Penzi, then Thomas Scott and all the other executives are just, like, trying to figure out what they're going to tell God to do.
Also fair. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the New
Does
York
the
Central
Penzi
gets
want
to
the trains to
heaven.
run on time?
Well, I don't think. I wonder what the Penzies' take on God is. I know they've got him by the balls, but anyway,
That's assuming God has balls.
that is well. No, I mean they. You know, I'm sure they managed.
I just think God's a moonshiner.
Alright.
So do we want to talk about UP and their
Yeah.
the FRA assessment of safety culture?
I might have just
And,
found the
so-
saddest Amtrak station, but go on.
Well, God is trying to get the trains to run on time. Union Pacific is trying to thwart them at every single turn. Mostly because they have found a very fun thing, which is called screw with everything possible. Surprisingly, they weren't the people to bomb Arizona last month. But this month, they figured out actually, no, this was in April. This is still last month.
This is less. Yep.
Yeah, the FRA had to call off an investigation because Union Pacific started to kind of whisper into the ears of their employees about safety culture, which, as the FRA puts it, adversely impact the integrity of the process.
So on the one
just
hand,
minorly, just minorly.
on the one hand, I would hope that the point of the FRA doing a safety audit is to get UP to whisper in the ears of its employees and say, "Be safer." But it strikes me that they probably had to cancel the audit because UP was not attempting to make UP safer. They were attempting to make sure that their employees had the right answers to the questions that the FRA was going to ask to make them go away. And then they could go back to doing what they were doing, which is insert
Not bombing
large
Arizona.
explosion sound.
Yeah, I was,
At the end, it's just a bad
destroying
look.
small towns, Well, I mean, to be fair, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I think UP is probably. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Union Pacific the Wise?
Oh, it's a tragedy, all right.
Because you look at Union Pacific from like the 1960s and the 1970s, and honestly, Union Pacific was not the company that we saw today. It was honestly very scrappy. Like Union Pacific was a scrappy company. Heck, what is it? If any of y'all get around to reading Rush Loving Jr.'s book, The Men Who Love Trains and the Well-Dressed Hobo, he talks about how there was this very bizarre culture and how I forget the executive's name, but with the song The Great Big Rollin' Railroad, how he essentially tried to bring UP together. And UP kind of had this big golden era where they were gobbling up all the competition, Western Pacific, Missouri Pacific, and all of the Pacifics. And then suddenly something happened. Well, we all know what happened. And so
What
I feel
happened?
like this is just it.
What happened?
PSR. Also, I'm gonna be honest. I despise the Union Pacific Steam program with a passion because, on the one hand, cool, it's nice that we have all of these steam choo-choos, but on the other hand, for the love of God, run a railroad better.
I mean, this line go up though.
But I mean, the fact is that I'm sure. Have y'all ever had Flegel on the show?
Oh, probably a million years
I
ago.
don't recall.
Well, because I feel like he'd be able to speak a lot more to this, but an excellent example was there was I don't mean to steal your thunder, Tyler. I apologize. I usually yap a lot more when I'm tired, but are you mad at me?
No, I'm not. Keep going.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no. Go.
Okay, good.
This is discussion time.
But-
Discuss.
So
Disgusting!
apparently Union Pacific sent through 4014 through I think the town. I think it was. One of the I think it's like a town, some town in Texas where they have an agreement that Union Pacific is going to employ a certain amount of people. And Union Pacific, right after they sent 4014, through, quietly announced they're closing the shops and laying off all of the workers in said town.
Yes, that was Palestine.
So, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I knew it had something to do with the Texas State Railroad. It was a town relevant, or parallel, adjacent. But ultimately, it's just really sleazy. Like I feel like Union Pacific is just, it's all turned sleazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like virtually all Class 1 railroading is sleazy at post PSR because they need line go up. Like, it doesn't matter if you're running the railroad good as long as line go up. And I mean, we don't need to sort of reiterate the same things that we've said a million times about PSR and how much of a disaster the Class 1 railroads are in the modern era. But I say one would hope, but I don't genuinely mean that, perhaps. Like, the first thing to go isn't safety. But we're at the point where safety has gone. We are that far down this road, and I don't know where it ends. Because, like, yes, things appear to have gotten better in some ways, in some cases. The strike was averted sort of by congressional mandate, but then they did end up going back to the negotiating tables behind the scenes, and life did get marginally better for a lot of the employees. But, I don't know if that's enough, number one. And number two, that doesn't answer to the enormous questions of service and competition and everything like that. Like, if you roll back the clock to the 50s and 60s and before, railroads would compete with one another. Now railroads are not their biggest competition. They're competing with trucking. And that changes the game more than, like, you need to look outside of railroading to find the answers to your questions as to why is making a railroad that does good so difficult. And it's not like it doesn't strike me as there being a simple exclusively railroad-based answer to these questions. But I know what the answer isn't, and it definitely isn't continuing down the PSR path trying to get blood from a stone and milk the railroads for every dollar that they're worth. You know what happens when you do that? You get Sears.
No, that's right.
And Kmart.
You also get federal offenses.
Well, you also get instances of, like, East Palestine. You get you end up with small towns in Ohio, like, having tremendous 100-year ecological disasters happening to them. Which I think we can all agree is suboptimal.
Basically, don't min-max the railroads.
Yeah, you can't. It's like, it's, in a metaphor where life is a game, there is a saying in game development that is, given the opportunity, players will min-max the fun out of a game. And so you have to keep the mechanics in a situation where there's always some flexibility, where there isn't a very clear and direct and, like, singular path forward. And in this case, when the question is just the stock market, line go up, shareholders, whatever, the only reasonable path forward becomes we have to make as much money as we can right now, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Like, we can, if it makes us more money to liquidate the railroad in the short term, if the stock price will still go up in the short term, if we, start doing railroading worse, but just make more money out of it by cutting positions and, relaxing safety measures and, focusing solely on the commodities that make a lot of money and not anything else, then that's, like, the obvious choice for the railroad. So, you need to change the game. You need to make, frankly, you need regulations and legislation that make it so that doing train good is incentivized at least as much as making more dollar right now.
Yeah.
And we don't, there's none of that. I mean, that's a tough. Those are tough levers to pull to figure out how to make that work. And I look to the future with bated breath in terms of how the Class 1 meltdown will continue. But what I can say for sure is you can keep a window on the next 10 years of it right here on the Terminus podcast, just how you did the last 10 years of it. So,
Yay.
the more things change, the more they stay the same. Just like a new paint scheme, isn't that right, Ryan?
All right, I'll handle this. Watch and learn, folks. Here's how you get a segment done in style. Okay. When I think back on all the paint schemes I saw in high school, it's a wonder that I could think at all. And although my lack of education, oh fuck, I forgot how Kodachrome went. Sorry.
Hasn't hurt me much. You can see the paint schemes on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. So CP, I hope I didn't offend anyone with what I just said. Did I offend anyone?
No.
Simon and Garfunkel is not offensive to anyone.
Well, no. The fact that I said I'm gonna do a segment. And
I want you to do it right. Go.
Okay, sorry. Okay, but anyways, so here's the scoop, folks. CPKC unveiled I'm gonna be quite frank with you, kind of mid-paint scheme.
I just
Yeah.
I just clicked on the video and it just did like an Inception boom.
Okay, yeah, no, for some reason,
I didn't mean to do that.
So for some reason, NS and CPKC have employed the we're going to reveal a shock jock athlete kind of clothing line appeal for their fucking locomotive paint schemes. And honestly, I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like the reveal is just as discussion worthy as the actual paint scheme because I mean, guys, it's just paint on a train.
Isn't this the one we voted for?
Okay, so from what I understand, the paint scheme vote, what is it? The voting for the paint scheme, that competition, I think was a hoax.
It was rigged. It was rigged. Stop the count.
But I mean, again, I don't know. The fact is that with CPKC, that wouldn't be the only thing that's been the victim of misinformation. Glares at 2816 and the protesters with intent. But anyways, the fact is that ultimately, I'm gonna be real. I think that this new CPKC scheme, while cool, is honestly a little mid though. I
Here's
feel like
the worst part. We have this link and it doesn't show it.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
I don't have a picture of the paint scheme. I can't even show the audience what it looks like.
Well, the only photo that we have of it is those foamer shots of it's 3 a.m. at a paint shot, and the only thing it's illuminated by is the fluorescent lights. We have one of those.
There's this shot. Let's see here.
Yeah, well, yeah, there it is. One thing that I will say
This
is that I
looks
do
like a
like the
model.
fact. One thing that I do enjoy is the fact that they have the Canadian, Mexican, and U.S. flags all together.
Yes.
I think that's a nice
They have
touch.
the CUM flags. Yeah.
The beaver rules all.
I will say that, what is it? So last night I was flying out of LAX, and the Qantas hangar had the Australian flag and the U.S. flag. So that kind of reminds me of that.
Cool.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm gonna be real. In terms of merger paint schemes, I think it's in terms of because when you think of thinking back to when BN became BNSF, that was a big change. They went from green to orange, and rather dramatically too. They went from green to orange. When we think about what is it? When we think about the creation of Conrail, they went from rainbow to blue. All have been kind of drastic. This is just the colors of Canadian Pacific rearranged differently.
Isn't the colors of Canadian Pacific red, red, and red?
It's red with an accent. It's red with accents of yellow and black.
Oh well. I mean, I won't lie. I think it looks kind of cool because
it's inverted CSX.
Because I really like CP, just the red locomotives. I mean, it's not inspired at all But
Oh,
yeah, I mean, yeah. The giant. It's just where we just painted the whole thing red. Like that's what it is. And now it's
Big red
got
paint.
a
all
little.
red.
It's got a black like tail on it. We could talk about the other heritables. I mean, Pierre Marquette heritable from CSX, which honestly is a pretty good looking paint scheme, but they didn't sandblast the locomotive, and you can already see the CSX coming through in some of the photos.
Oh wait, seriously?
Yes.
What? Oh my god, let me take a look at this.
I don't
This
have it. I don't have it here. It just got passed around on the server a while ago. It's funny in the discussion of the Pierre Marquette heritable though. They bring up a Christmas choo choo, Polar Express, and actually, it's weird how much heritable news we have because we have the G&W one, we have the CSX one, we also have the NS Lackawanna Heritage Unit, which what was it in a wreck or something, and it has been restored, and honestly, it looks pretty damn great. I'm a sucker for the word radio with little lightning bolts painted on the sides of locomotives. Under the cab.
Okay. Honestly, someone ought to do
It's
this
like
for their
that.
for their model fictional. They should have like the radio like equipped symbol, but have DCC equipped. Like I feel like that.
Oh, someone has to have done that. That's great. Yeah, no, I totally
I
with
could have
you.
sworn someone did that at
Okay.
like some point.
Ellis,
Jader.
Ellis, you're the Providence and Northern president. Mandate this on at least one locomotive.
I can't mandate a ham sandwich. I'm in the chair because no one else would do it.
That's why you mandate
the
it.
biggest accomplishment in my leadership thus far is the continued existence of the club. Oh, and we raised dues, hooray! And we had the scale trains meet. That was pretty great.
See, you're a very competent leader. Make it happen.
Oh,
I'll
okay,
even do.
sure.
I'll even draw up the thing for you. But
Radio equipped caboose.
what is it? But honestly, like yeah, like I would love. I mean, I do want to do at least for like one of my locomotives. If I ever get Blue Nami installed in one of them, I would want to do like a Blue Nami equipped because I feel like that would be kind of special because it is technically it's almost radio equipped. It's Bluetooth equipped. But anyways, I digress. Ultimately, I feel like it's great that I'm going to be honest, while on the topic of like heritables and heritage units and whatnot, I feel like that it's kind of neat that a lot of railroads are doing them if they're, from like a baseline perspective, but the fact they're, the ulterior motive of protecting the copyrights. But I think it's cool that CSX is doing them. If some of their results are a little bit more iffy than others, glares at the New York Central unit, but anyways.
Yeah, but didn't they get the font wrong on that one or something?
They used, I swear to God, they literally went to like MS Paint or something and chose and probably just chose chose a random one. It is not even close.
However, the Western Maryland one,
The one that used the Western Maryland Scenic logo first. I think that was the funniest thing.
Yeah, it's got the ball.
Just having the like completely wrong colors for the RFP is also pretty funny.
I like them. I err on the side of like, nothing ventured, nothing gained on the heritable front. They're not great, but I'm glad we have them.
Yeah. I think ultimately the fact is that it keeps people in Waycross employed. It's probably a break. It's probably a nice break from what they're normally doing.
Yeah. Someone gets to sit there and figure out how to get the Western Maryland logo and the RFMP scheme on the side of a Gevo.
It must be a really cool diversion. And you know what? Honestly, I think some of them look pretty damn cool.
No, I definitely think there's a lot that look like just purely fantastic.
And I read one account of this, and I appreciate it, of someone who didn't know that they were about to see one of the heritage units because they could see the front and not the side until it came by. And I know that the front being the normal CSX front is controversial, but that's really funny to me, and I like that a lot. Like, I like the take on it where it's not just like, oh, we took the PRR scheme and put it on a locomotive. It is clear this is a CSX engine, but it's got this hanging out the back.
The one I really don't like is the ACL one. Not because I don't like the ACL colors, but the purple just doesn't work with the.
It's a lot. It's very dark. It's maybe this is the one where they should have kept the fade.
Let me take a look at the ones they've. Oh yeah, they've done the RFP. They've done the New York. They've done the Monon one. I forgot about that. But
There's it in slightly brighter lighting, and it's just the purple and the blue do not work together.
No, they don't. They really don't. They should have done something else on the front end of this one. Like they should have done one of the other blues, or even the gray. The gray would have been an interesting choice.
Ooh.
I mean,
I do find it
honestly,
really
yeah.
funny that a lot of these units are just like Y2s with like a different logo.
Yeah, I mean, that's like this is what makes me sort of wish that I was a good reskinner, because like seeing
I
this
can
is
teach you.
fun.
I can teach you.
I don't have time to learn.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I don't consider myself a good reskinner, but I can sure as hell try.
Well, that's
and
okay.
teach
Everyone
someone.
else does.
Well, I mean, ultimately, the thing about the CSX. Oh, continue.
No, I didn't have anything. Go ahead.
Well, the CSX heritage units, I think, like again, Ellis, one of the greatest things about hanging with you guys is that you guys are able to articulate your thoughts a lot better than I am, and I appreciate that. The thing is that, again, it definitely is like a nothing venture, like nothing gain, and the fact is that by them making these units, it's doing everyone a favor. Like it's something cool to look at, keeping the folks in Waycross employed. It's also keeping model manufacturers employed. Heavens knows. Like, it gives them something. Like, instead of doing another run of generic Gevos, hell yeah, you can get yourself a heritage unit now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I think it's like a giant win-win-win, and I think the foamers who are getting, like, incredibly upset that, oh my fucking god, like, these look awful, don't do them. Like, I think those, like, people need to, like, I don't know,
Maybe
like,
it's not always our turn to talk.
Yeah, exact. Also, like, touch grass. Like, take a walk.
Here are all of the units so far.
Let's
If
take
you
a
don't
look.
like them, go get a job at CSX and make it. The Monon one is so good.
I thought
The Monon and the Puma Cat one, I think, are the best.
I also like the
I
C&O
thought-
one a lot. Was the C&O one the first one they came out with, or was it the B&O one?
No,
The
that's in order in which they came
Oh,
out.
that's
I
in the
think.
okay, because you can tell, they gave up with the fade after the L&N one, which I think is the best
Yeah.
one to have the fade.
So my question is that wasn't there one that was repainted? Like they originally had it painted up for one road and then painted it to another?
I don't know.
Or am I just like, or am I tripping balls? I don't know.
Another one
No.
that definitely does not work is the Conrail one.
Yeah,
It-
that's the one
yeah.
I've seen.
The blue and the blue, it just doesn't. It doesn't go like I respect their dedication to keeping the consistency on the front end of these locomotives, but it just means that some of them just don't look as good.
I thought that Norfolk Southern did New York Central already.
They did.
They Penn Central, and so they each got like a part of the thing.
Yeah.
So okay, actually talking about heritage units, so I'm stealing Michael's thunder big time here, and I don't mean to. I say that a lot. I'll tell you what, Michael's my better half a lot of the time. But so Michael's club actually had used to have had the former head of strategy at NS come to speak with them at their 75th. And apparently there was a lot of pushback about doing a Penn Central heritage unit. A lot of people didn't want to have a Penn Central heritage unit, which I find is actually really interesting. But I'll actually get up the full list. Hold on, let me pull this up, because since we're talking about heritage units, I feel like this is a good time. Is it a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you do that, I'll talk about the family line. The family lines ones also looks really good.
Okay.
You got
So
games on your phone?
So, all right.
Yeah,
So
there
the
you
Penn
go.
Central unit was not planned. However, it was Wick Mormon who persisted that they should have it. Apparently, the Monongahela unit for NS was also a very late addition. So a New Haven heritage unit was considered. Erie, Lackawanna, Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Akron, Kenton, and Youngstown, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia and Florida were also all considered. Also, the orange on the interstate unit is BNSF orange.
Picture?
For the
see a
record,
picture of that.
I know there are other railroads, namely Metro North, with a New Haven heritage unit. God, McGinnis looks so good in everything, though. They should have just gone for it. I mean, McGinnis,
totally-
the paint scheme is the only good thing that guy did for the New Haven Railroad, and it deserves to be immortalized just as he deserved to be in jail.
Okay, the thing, okay. You said, so did you know that? What is it? Did you know that Patrick McGinnis actually was on the board for Steamtown?
Oh, that's the most horrifying notion I've ever heard in my life.
No, but it's because of Patrick McGinnis that 3713 and 3713, 1455, and the Yankee Clipper got saved. I'm
going to channel
channel
my inner Ron Burgundy here and say I don't believe you, even though I completely believe you, but I don't want to believe that man had any redeeming qualities.
I can pull up. I have the source with me. Do you want me to pull it up?
No, I don't.
Ryan, I have a question.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
You might not know, but So why did NS just suddenly switch to SD70s halfway through their program?
I'm going to take a stab in the dark, and I mean, honestly, here's the thing. Modern diesels aren't really my forte, but if I were to take a stab in the dark, I think it was because, it was probably a weird rebuilding thing. They probably just had, a bunch of SD70s laying around. Or, these could be funny. I don't know. That's my guess. But
I think happened. Sorry, Ryan. But what I think happened is these engines already had those numbers assigned to them. No, wait, no. I'm thinking of BNSF. Excuse me. No, never mind.
Okay, let's talk
the
about
numbers for the NS units make zero sense. They're just random numbers.
Hold on. Let's just talk about the fact that BNSF is sitting on some of the greatest paint schemes and just no heritables.
They did the we made sticker units.
In fairness, BNSF is maybe the worst offender for just straight up not repainting anything for 40 years.
That's true.
They don't have they don't have a war bonnet heritage unit or a BN green heritage unit, but they have locomotives that are basically that.
Yes, they just never were repainted.
I'm just more thinking along the lines of wouldn't it be neat to see a Gevo in big sky blue?
That would be very neat.
Hell yeah!
I'm thinking everywhere west.
The other thing is that technically none of the Canadian roads have also made heritage units for the predecessor roads. They've done special units, but never we're not going to get a SO unit or a Milwaukee Road unit.
Incredibly loud grand trunk.
Well, hold on. Didn't CN make a few heritage units? Didn't they?
No, you're right.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, but then I remember they had a lot more planned, but then they got butthurt that a few of them got leaked. And so they canceled the rest of them. To my understanding, that was how it went.
Didn't also get graffitied the second they came out of the shop?
Something like that.
The Canadians have a rough time with heritables.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I feel that with special units, I feel that there's a very interesting line to walk in the sense that some of them I think are work really well. In the sense that I think a lot of what is it? Something that really surprised me and caught me and Michael both off guard was the Every Child Matters unit. We originally, Michael and I, thought that was corporate virtue signaling, but when we found out that it was an actual suggestion from a 13-year-old kid and Canadian Pacific was playing ball, we thought that was actually really cute.
Ontario Northland made a unit like that.
What the Canadians do really well, though, the CNW Metro unit. That's the gaudiest paint scheme on the planet, but they did a really good job with it. Does Canada do military units better than anybody else?
Oh,
right.
God. Don't get me started on how good those units are.
Oh, they look so good. Anyway, we're way over time. And I still need to talk about ripping my hair out of the trading cards.
Military unit did not bring up the suggestions I wanted.
Oh god, you're getting. I'm not touching that.
Anyway, Invasion Stripes is the best thing to happen since sliced bread.
Yeah, honestly, oh my god, it's so good.
That is hot.
I was talking on the on Under Construction about how some railroads figured out how to do camo on locomotives, and some definitely have not. This is how you do it. Also, couldn't they UP had a Desert Storm unit that was just all camo, and they couldn't run it at the front of trains because it was a safety hazard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like desert camo.
Yeah, it was just like it was. You don't actually want your locomotive to sneak up on the car. They should paint bright line in camo. God, they'll never see it coming.
Okay. So actually, one thing that I think would be incredibly neat, and knowing UP, there's a 50-50 shot that they might actually do this. They ought to bring back the Desert Storm unit, because that unit was cool. Like do it on do it on like an SD something. Or
do it on 844.
Yeah, but-
just go crazy.
Yeah, but you can't run it.
Okay, but to be fair though, like to my understanding, Union Pacific kind of has a history of making these special units and then just parking them and like never doing anything with them. So like,
Rush.
well, no, not the like.
Well,
wasn't
hey, we have an article on that.
Wait, hold on. No, wasn't like the powered by our people unit like painted, immediately put into storage, and then vandalized by a bunch of UP employees? You know,
Which is exact. They get what they deserve. Like, of course, they vandalized that unit. They should have.
Yeah.
If they didn't vandalize it, I would have felt weird about it. Where
So
the
like,
hell did I put the?
UP has both one of the best camo units and the worst camo units.
Which one is the worst camo unit? Oh.
1943.
1943.
Oh,
I think
yeah. I mean, that one's pretty bad. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
What's weird about 1943 is that the Great Smoky Mountain like plagiarized the design. Yeah, they did on like a GP15, I think. But like I'm gonna be real. Like I feel like 1943 is like the colors are cool. I definitely think
Oh
the
my
execution
God.
could be a bit better.
Oh my god, this is worse.
What, the one that Ryan's talking about?
Great Smoky Mountain unit.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
No, you know what? No, this is better. No, this is better. They didn't.
I mean,
Okay,
the
the fact that the
font's really gaudy.
okay, ignoring the fact that the undercarriage and roof are both forest green, that's a little bit of a weird
It's
choice.
pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
But the rest of it,
Shout to your dad.
the plagiarism, I think, has improved it.
I mean, I think the olive drab camo is better than whatever bright green thing UP went for.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they improved it by not doing the camo.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean-
the giant eagle on the front is kind of baller.
Well,
It's
not
really
kind of
funny.
baller. It
It's
is
just
baller.
gaudy.
America.
I mean, the thing is, it kind of like it shades of Freedom Train. It's like honestly,
It is.
Kind of
Shades of freedom.
Meanwhile, right next to it, a literal war engine.
Yeah.
Also,
Wait,
just to
no,
come back to
no,
it for a second,
no, it sucks.
the George Bush
It sucks.
Presidential Library has unveiled 4141. It's inside. It's spiffed up. It looks great, honestly. This is in Texas somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be open to the
College
public
Station?
a month from today. So that's pretty cool. I mean, presidential libraries are really neat, but honestly, I think everyone needs a presidential GBO.
No, presidential SD70.
Okay, can we talk about the BLI Presidential Pacifics that they only made 2 of?
The what?
Yeah, no, BLI. So I think this was like an attempt. You know, like how how Bachmann allowed their tooling to be used by that Hawthorne company, and they had made
Oh
like
my
the
God.
F7.
Oh God!
Pacific.
You
Yeah,
don't
you know,
need
they
to
made a-
remand me.
They made a JFK Pacific and a Ronald Reagan Pacific.
Why?
This is so bad. It's good.
Okay. I really shouldn't make jokes about a boiler explosion right now, but
But
I mean, the thing is that I saw someone on Facebook trying to pawn both of his off for 400 apiece, and I was legitimately tempted, like just for the funniness of it.
I would get the JFK Pacific.
Like, I mean, who wouldn't? Like,
I mean, probably JFK.
I mean, the thing is
Well,
that like, I mean,
I
the
wonder
Ronald-
why.
to be fair, I think the thing is that I think if you I think even if you bought the Ronald Reagan one as a joke, I don't mean to get into politics, but I think someone would legitimately curb stomp you into a palpable mush. But like the JFK one's kind of just funny.
I mean,
Like, he's a funny man.
one of these is more controversial than the other.
I mean,
But anyway,
it's also-
but no, I honestly, I kind of, I wouldn't not want one of these. Are these an HO?
Yes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, here's the,
Okay,
Here's the
I'm gonna go on eBay and set my sights on the JFK train.
Hold up. According to Walters, they have one in stock.
wait, what? Who has one? What?
No, never mind. It's like,
Well-
we have it in stock, and then I click OK, and then it's like, oh, we've sold out.
Well, yeah, no. The issue is that I think they were trying to do like an entire run of these, but I think, to my understanding, they didn't sell well. And gee, I wonder.
I wonder why.
I think. I mean, honestly, I think the thing is like,
George Washington.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's a weird, like, the BLI Gaudy collection, as I call them. Like, it served an interesting market in the sense that it's like, it's trying to capture what O-Scale does in HO to mixed results.
Oh, don't get me started on the fucking MP.
There's the Barack Obama train.
I saw one of these pop up on eBay for like $25 buy now, and I was so tempted to get it.
It's so much. Like, it is.
Have you seen the memorial one for the Queen?
Oh god, yeah, the Memorial Queen, like, fucking, what is it, Cook Mogul?
You can't just print whatever you want on the side of a locomotive like it's a T-shirt. Like, this is not a paint scheme. This is you know.
It's a mural.
Yeah, exactly. It's a rolling mural, and
I cannot find the one for the Queen.
The one for the Queen, like, I know Sam's Trains made a review on, and like,
that's how I know about it. Yeah.
There's the
like,
Trump one.
I mean, the fact is that, like, truth be told, credit to Hawthorne Valley for playing both sides of the of the field, maximizing profits. Yeah, literally. Like, I'll be honest, like, again, like, I think the BLI Pacifics, if you're doing, like, the president... I mean, here's the thing, if you're doing presidential trains, then, like, what is it? Just like, buy a B&O Pacific. They're already named after presidents.
God, the Queen one is so
Why
bad.
does it have a coin at the front?
The Queen one makes me want to die.
Why is the tender full of cash?
Show this to a Jillies.
Look at the
So
bell
you can show it
location.
to-
The bell
to
is
everyone.
taller than the smokestack.
I love to point
I
out.
hate it. I hate
Of
this
anything
so
they
much.
could have chosen, they chose an American prototype for every
American-
single car in this set.
An American Colorado narrow gauge fucking doodad. Like, this is incredible. Like, I feel like this should, like... Can we get this, like... Can I send this to the royal family as a gift?
I feel like they would consider you a terrorist.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
like,
God!
Are
Wait,
you from ever entering their country again?
remember, folks, Hawthorne made a Confederate train.
Oh, here we go
Yes.
again. Here we go with the Confederate
Oh my
train
God, they
again.
should
This is only the
burn.
third time it's been brought up in the last couple months.
well,
God, that's so weird.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, it's... Like, again,
A
it's
Thomas Kincaid train.
it's a weird market. It's like O scale, but coming back in Bizarro form.
It's
Ellis, do you want a Steelers gonna Super Bowl dome car?
it strikes me as they just realized they could market anything on the side of a train. And people who like trains and that one specific thing will buy it. They'll pay train prices for something that wouldn't be sellable as a poster.
Oh my God, Ryan! Remember that guy we found on eBay once?
The
that was selling,
Courage
like, the
Combine! Guys, it's the Courage Combine!
Not to get us back on track, but can we get back on track?
Yeah, we need to end the podcast. Like, an hour ago, Gloria came in and asked me if I was almost done, and I said, yes, sorta.
The Gold Rush TV show.
Okay, but here's the thing. These are promotional. If I don't see, like, a picture of someone's physical model, like, I know the Confederate one exists, and the Obama and Trump one, I'm pretty sure I've seen both of those. I have never laid eyes on these other ones, and until I see them, I am refusing to believe that they are anything but a grift. Like, someone made
Ellis,
this...
I've got one for you.
Oh, God. Someone made these in an image editor, and the Dolphins touchdown...
Not the Elvis one. Oh my God! I wonder if they have an elf one.
Okay, we're done here.
Yeah, let's...
There's only one scene in Elf I want on
please.
the side of a... Never mind.
Oh my fucking God, the elf train! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Come on! Come on! Come on! Tomorrow morning.
So, we've been trying... Maintenance of way time. We've been trying
We've been trying to contact you about your car's extensive
We've been
warranty.
trying to contract Martin E. Hansen about his extensive photo collection, but he does not answer my emails. So, we're trying to get the batch 4 of trading cards wrapped up, like the last few things, get them under wraps. They should be out. I mean, I wanted to have them out at the beginning of next month. I'm not sure if that's feasible, but we've gotten through basically all the review. Graham is working on the photo editing. Mew did the rote review of all the cards, back checked all my numbers and stuff. Appreciated that. Tyler, you did a check of the of the features, which I appreciated because I don't know everything there is to know about steam locomotives, and you certainly know more than I do. And I did proofreading on all of my blurbs. We pretty much have this. This is the most QC'd batch of trading cards yet. Hopefully, we won't have to have any notices on the card catalog of the stuff we got wrong.
Alice, I found it.
I see it. Listen, I'm aware. I'm looking at the chat. I'm trying not to get distracted with the massive flood of oddly specific train sets you guys are finding. Is that? Who is that? Anyway. Okay, but is this for sale, and how much is it?
It's for sale. It's $150.
It's 100. No way. It's worth it's worth a third of that. I would pay $50 for it, maybe.
They have a dome card for $27. This is the eBay guy I was talking about. Remember eBay?
Oh no! Stop! We need to end. We need to end the show. So I wanted to tell the story of how Tyler and I were ripping our hair out because you figured out that on LocoBase the overall wheelbase and the engine wheelbase for ANMR number 6, Arcata and Mad River number 6, the 3'9" and a quarter gauge 242. It was one of the numbers was wrong, and we had to do the what is it? The Clokey Locomotive Works thing.
The O'Connor Engineering.
Okay, yeah, that. O'Connor Engineering. Go and take measurements on a photograph to figure out how long it is. Something I never wanted to do, but we have spent $50 on this one card already. We spent $10 on the photo and $40 on diagrams that did not help.
And don't get me started on calculating the coal capacity.
Oh yeah, and Tyler did an inordinate amount of work trying to figure out the tender capacity in cordwood, because at least cordwood is a measure of volume. Tons of coal, however, is not. And we were never going to figure out what the hell this thing looked like when it got converted to oil, which allegedly it did. I heard from one source, but I don't honestly believe that it lasted long enough for that. It's a logging railroad. Why would they stop using wood? Although the fact that it doesn't have a spark arrestor is off-putting.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure if they convert it to oil, it's because they burned down all of Northern California. Anyway, so we'll have that done soon, TM. Within the next couple of weeks, I intend to get that out the door and printed. No guarantees as to when that'll show up on the website, but probably within about a month. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I want to explore more museum batches if I can. And if not, we'll just move on to batch 5 or something. We'll definitely go back to doing some loco games because we need to drum up hype. Tell your friends about them. Tell your friends to visit theironhorseman.com and get locomotive trading cards, and you can square off in Locomotive Versus or Loco Dome or Loco Royale if you have 4 whole friends, which, couldn't be me, but at least I got you guys on the podcast against your will. Do you...
hey, Tyler, have you heard of theironhorseman.com?
Oh, God. Okay, well, I found the latest train on Amtrak. Does anyone want to take a guess?
The Hawthorne Express to Chicago.
Okay, latest train on Amtrak. I'm probably going to take I'm going to say it's Southwest Chief, westbound. It's going to be 4 hours and 28 minutes late.
Okay, I appreciate the guess as to the timing.
Eastbound Sunset Limited.
Eastbound Sunset Limited, okay.
What's the one that goes through Atlanta? the Cardinal or the Crescent? I can't remember.
Crescent.
That is the Southern Crescent. Yep.
I'll take that eastbound and down, or I guess westbound and down.
Okay, so to New Orleans. Okay.
Yeah.
Dean?
Northbound City of New Orleans, because it's had adventures.
Well, the northbound Kono is right outside of Memphis right now. It's 12 minutes late.
Oh,
It recently crossed the border into Tennessee. So that's not it. Also, the southbound Crescent is 1 hour and 51 minutes late. It's just about to arrive in New Orleans. There's another one which is 21 minutes late at Lynchburg, Virginia. So it's not that one. Let's do yours, Ryan. It is not 4 hours late. It's 1 hour and 23 minutes late at Gallup, New Mexico, the Southwest Chief to Los Angeles. There's also another one that is 32 minutes late. The Sunset Limited, you said the eastbound, is on time at Alpine, Texas.
Nice.
Wow.
The latest train on Amtrak... Oh, let's do an honorable mention first, because this is one hell of an honorable mention. The Coast Starlight to Seattle, train number 14. 6 hours and 42 minutes late at Eugene, Oregon. It
Oh dear God.
was an hour and a half late, its second stop, and it just got worse from there.
That has to be like an engine failure, probably.
Maybe, or maybe it just got hung up in LA. An hour and a half late, and then the delay is compounded from there, although it picked up 3 hours between Dunsmuir and Klamath Falls. So, something happened. Honestly, I don't know if that's long enough for an engine failure. But the winner, or perhaps the loser for the people on board, the Coast Starlight, yes, again, but this time to Los Angeles, southbound. 10 hours and 15 minutes late.
God.
Jesus.
And it was on time until Eugene, Oregon, at which point it picked up 10 hours of delay, and it's been that way ever since.
That's got to be
Wilkie,
worse
what
than
are
an
you doing?
engine failure. That's got to be like a coach failure or something.
It's
Cause-
an engineer failure. He had a heart attack.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm kidding. That didn't actually happen. I made that up. Also, the Texas Eagle to San Antonio is 3 hours and 25 minutes late. But,
So it seems like Amtrak's long distance network is having a night tonight.
well, no, I mean, most of it's doing okay, except for the Coast Starlight.
Okay, yeah, the
So
Coast Starlight.
specifically, the Coast Starlight is having a bad time. There's also a Northeast Regional that's somehow 3 hours late.
How the
How'd
fuck
that
does that
happen?
happen?
It left Washington, D.C. 3 hours late. It started 3 hours late.
Oh.
That's congratulations, Amtrak. I'm not sure how you
Well,
like.
if-
Maybe
set
we
up.
shouldn't let Amtrak run the high-speed services.
Well, and it just gives them more chance to catch up. But everything else is on time. Except for this one Acela, which is 24 minutes late. Oh god. It's 24 minutes late and the icon is red. We're doomed.
Somebody
But
say
it was
doomed.
last clock doing 148.4 miles an hour just north of Providence, so you know, they're doing. I love it. I'm so bummed I had to rebook my trip to Philadelphia because I was on the Acela both directions before, and I had to rebook under the regionals.
How is Via looking?
If he is looking
Probably not
normal,
great.
honestly, nothing absurd. Let's end the podcast. Ryan, what are your last words?
Oh, God,
I'm
I've gotta
putting
find
him
the
right now.
termination.
I'm putting him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'd just like to say, insert, you,
It's where if you break the formating right now.
Oh my
It's
Oh,
coming.
God, Tyler!
It's coming.
That image is like 7,000 pixel wide.
what, okay,
It's perfect.
there we go. Hold on, you know what, no, I'm just gonna type this out. I'm so sorry. Can I go last?
No.
Okay. Steve's going to London, folks. Steve's going to London.
Okay.
There we are.
Steve's going to London.
Steve's going to London.
Okay. Mine is just a note to everyone in the UK.
You guys have the
Yeah.
same termination, damn it.
Shush.
Oh, Tyler and I.
Shush.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler, you told me to do the. You told me to do that.
Oh.
But
This is
no.
our
Let
termination, comrade.
today's locomotive versus be a message. We're coming for you. The standards are coming. East?
I'm inserting a link right now.
Okay. We had 3 hours of podcast for you guys to figure out your terminations. I had mine written down before we started.
Kavine will
So
give
did
Ryan
I.
yes why.
Please, I want the SY. I will buy the SY from Kavan. Please.
Okay, what is this image? Oh, that. Okay. I don't think these links are going to work in a while. Anyway, Dean?
What's got me now?
Dean sounds constipated. And Tyler, is this the same image? Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's a double whammy.
For all of our friends over in Britain, you see the piece of metal?
The piece of metal hurtling
growing.
towards you at a high rate of
Growing.
speed. Oh man,
I
you
can
know what?
describe to you terminal velocity again.
It would be great if we could invade Britain via train cannon.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks to everyone for coming on this almost exactly 3-hour-long episode of the Terminus podcast.
Oh,
You guys, the co-hosts, the guests, the viewers, for coming along on this energetic episode. Stephen
The
West
lovers,
for
the
the
dreamers,
Loco
and me.
base, because without it we could not have our wonderful trading cards. And, of course, I don't actually know who runs this camera. I usually thank Virtual Railfan for not cease and desisting us, but, you know.
Thank you, Japan, for having some of the strongest copyright laws in the world and not cease and desisting us. Thank you, Nintendo. Very cool.
Yeah, Nintendo. Oh no. We'll see you all next week. In case of an emergency, call Conrail. Goodbye.
Bye.
Love
Bye,
you guys.
trading
bye.
cards.
Bye. Trading cards.